microphone even picked it up.
Oh, it did.
Oh, it did.
Good.
Yeah.
And now I just ruined the whole effect by commenting. Let's just get on with it.
Anyway.
Anyway, so. We all in the Roll20? We all ready?
Yep.
I am ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, welcome back to Tomb of Annihilation, everybody. We last left off, you guys were heading to bed after your interesting first day in the capital of Chult, Port Nyanzaru. You guys wake up in the morning in your beds in Wakonga's mansion, wherever you guys were actually sharing rooms with each other.
Question: am I still in one piece?
Why would you not be?
Because I shared the bed with Mercy?
You're fine.
And I get a feeling that her name now means multiple things. It wasn't her name that I was screaming.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck's sake.
Sorry, continue.
This is what I have to deal with.
I'm so sorry for you, Bollock.
This
Wait
is,
until I've had a few beers.
this is the shit that I have to deal with. Just
I'm so sorry.
You'll love it.
You say that you love us.
uh-huh.
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 It's gonna be the DM screaming Mercy next. I'm out, I'm done. Show me Mercy.
Neb, you should now have vision.
I do.
Okay. Those of you who stayed in the room that Wakanga so kindly provided for you, once you're all gotten up and cleaned yourself up, ready for the day, you guys all hear a knock at the door.
I shall go answer it.
Alright, I'll just sit here.
Yep.
Yep.
The
Don't
gladiator
knock
that
yourself unconscious.
you presume that the gladiator you guys met yesterday is the one that just knocked on the door. It says, Wakonga wishes to see you in the dining room for breakfast. He's got someone to introduce you to.
A what?
He will meet you there when he can. Well, when you're ready. And you are
Sheesh, the guy says...
you are in the room with Wakanga, Neb.
With who?
Wakanga. He is one of the merchant princes of Chult.
Right.
That's who you assassin there with.
Hey, okay.
Okay, he's one of the rulers of Chult. Anyway, so
Right, so... That guy went off in a hurry.
you're not with them at the moment. Shh.
Right,
I'll relay the information to anyone that wasn't in the room at the time.
I'll grab my gear and let's go then.
Make sure everything's accounted for, that we ended up buying on our shopping spree.
All seems to be.
And once that's all packed and done, head over to meet him for breakfast.
Okay. You guys know where to go.
I think I remember.
No idea.
I imagine.
Don't-
Good.
Go under me.
That was a genuine cough, by the way. It was just badly timed. I realised that. God, the maps. TOA is so laggy.
It's fine for me.
Fine for me.
I would ask that guard's name, by the way.
Oh, I saw I gave it to you last session.
If you did, it's not in my notes because my notes were terrible.
Oh. It was said once because Wakanga said it. Presuming it's the same gladiator.
Yes, it is.
So I'll assume that my character, unlike myself, remembers his name.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
and,
I'm trying to find the Chulton's handout now, so I can find his bloody name for you.
It was,
And I would greet him by name and say good day to him.
Good to see you up bright and early. Wakonga's waiting for you. And just gestures into the room that you recognised him yesterday. Okay. is my Chilton's hand out?
I'll head on in and move to the side to allow the rest of the party inside and to be seated before me.
I'll go last.
Meanwhile, I look strangely at the new people who randomly appear in the room. I guess it's not actually that randomly, but I look at them nonetheless. I wonder, who are these people? I think that to myself. I don't say it out loud, by the way.
There's a human, two half orcs, and a half elf.
Yep, I was about to handle this.
Sorry.
Bear with me.
Oh, shut up.
Just wait a minute, Neb.
Yeah, sure.
It's Wakonga that speaks up. Ah, friends, good to see you up bright and early today. Come, take a seat, enjoy your breakfast, it's on me today. This is Moral. He is another friend of the Lady Singular who unfortunately is indisposed this morning. How about you introduce yourself to them? It's probably easier if you explain what happened to you rather than me butchering the story.
Yeah. Look, guys, I'm just gonna be brief, alright? We went out, we tried, and most of us died. Actually, I'm the only survivor.
Out where exactly?
Help me out, baller.
Out into the jungle. I told you that.
Yeah, we went into the jungle.
Did you have a guide?
Yeah, we didn't have a guide.
No.
That would explain it.
There was that little teeny weeny little detail, but let's not talk about that, shall we?
Indeed. You said your name was Moral?
Yeah, that's me.
Meryl, nice to meet you.
That's an interesting coincidence. Nice to meet you.
I shall let my compatriots introduce themselves.
I am Lagota.
So,
Mercy.
I'll stand up, reach over the table, and offer my hand. Agron.
I do know what a handshake is, dude. Right?
Yes.
Well, alright. Okay, so I stand up, I take his hand, and I shake it cautiously.
Moral, for the benefit of the group, would you like to describe yourself and I'll get them to describe themselves again?
Right, so I came in port.
Describe what you look like.
Okay, my character, he is tan. He has black hair. He has a pair of small horns poking backwards and a very thin long tail. He's pretty slender, with a length of about... Let me actually double check, I might actually have written it down. I guess I didn't. Yeah, there it is. 182 centimeters, approximately 5'9". He's young, and he's got like these golden glowing eyes. He wears, generally he wears like leather clothes and a little bit of linen, but mostly he's got like a leather coat, leather jacket, little boots. He likes leather, okay. He's got a unstrung bow on his back and a quiver. If he has his weapon with with him, I don't know. And on his hand, he's got like a gauntlet, and in this gauntlet is mounted an orb in a socket.
Very interesting.
Did you say an unstrung bow?
Come again?
What did you say about the bow?
It's not currently
It's
strung.
unstrung.
Oh yeah, I thought that's what you said was unstrung. How pointless.
No, it's just like he's not really in. He's not being that cautious right now. He doesn't expect to be jumped from the window, per se.
Ah, that's where you're wrong. No.
Always expect the unexpected.
And
Yeah, but Morel hasn't met unexpected yet, aside from, the jungle.
and for the benefit of the tiefling, starting from Lagota, would you guys like to describe yourselves again?
Right. Lagota is a half orc. She's rather tall. She's taller than Morel. Probably the tallest in the party.
Maybe.
I don't know how tall Mercy is. More like about 2 meters. Don't ask me to translate that into foot.
That's about 6 foot.
6'6", 6'7".
6
It's 6'6", 6'7".
6 foot
According
7
to Google, it's 6.56168.
whatever. 6'5".
She's rather broad-shouldered, broad-faced, broad nose. You can see her tusks coming out of her mouth. She keeps her hair, her black hair short. She's clad in armor. She has a long sword, a shield, a bunch of throwing axes at her side. She looks like it's hard not to see her, and it's hard not to know that, like, definitely half orc. You can't miss that.
Mercy.
Right, so Mercy is also half orc. Slender, greenish grey skin, chestnut blonde hair, shaved on one side. She's 6'3", wearing a leather armor, carrying a bow too, and doesn't seem really approachable. A bit angry. That's pretty much it.
Meryl.
Oh my god. Morel and Mercy is gonna have so much fun.
I sure hope not.
Fuck off, sir! Meryl is, whilst not young looking, he's not old or middle-aged, he's somewhere in between in terms of how he looks. He stands about 6'1" high. Slender frame, wearing quite formal but practical attire. Hazel eyes, his skin is quite a pale white. Although, it seems a bit more red, probably from being out in the sun the last day. His hair is quite...
Jamie.
What?
His hair is
I saw
dark,
that.
medium length, parted in the middle, quite well kept and looked after. A short sword by his side, and you think you can see a load of darts clipped in to his belt. Aside from that, he doesn't seem to be wearing any form of armor, and even his weapons seem to not be at the front, at the ready. He seems very relaxed.
And Agron.
Agron is the midget of the group, apparently. He is your token human, age 26, standing 5'9". He's got brown shoulder-length hair, which is poking out of his drawn hood. The hood does mostly cover his face. He's wearing a baggy travelling cloak, so you can't actually tell what his build is like underneath or what he's wearing. He's holding a warhammer in one hand and a shield in the other, with the symbol of Pelor painted across it.
Okay. Now you know what each other look like.
And Angron's going to stand on the sofa to make himself feel tall.
Right. Okay. just a little bit in between here. I'm a little confused at how Agron managed to actually reach out his hand to shake Morals.
Because he put it down and then picked it back up.
Don't rely too much on the grid map at the moment. This is more just so everyone can see each other's tokens rather than because there's going to be a fight.
I guess that works. Hey, don't stand on a damn table, yo.
I'm still thinking,
Hey,
what was that?
can we have the mobs stop flying in front of us?
So
They're
what?
poltergeists.
I think you'll find that was the swords off the walls.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
He
assume
did
that
say there was runes on them.
Acererak did not actually appear in the room, and
No.
there was not a giant red dragon next to us either.
That was a Tyrannosaurus, actually, but no.
Okay.
No, there was not.
I would have had no idea any of that happened unless you just said, because I had my character sheet open the entire time and couldn't see shit.
Right, I forgot to mention a few things about Moral and his appearance, and I figured I might actually mention it. Obviously, he's got pointy ears, tiefling, you know. But you also notice that he's got like this brass-colored scaling on his arms. And a little bit in his face as well.
Is there anything I could do to recognize any of that, since, like, I have recently met scaly things?
I don't know, you're
what,
gonna
like-
have to ask Baller about
Make
You don't
a
mean the Triceratops that stamped on you, did you?
make a perception check.
Wouldn't that be an Arcana check in this case?
It doesn't appear to be the same type of scaling as you saw on Salida.
Different. Good to
Yes.
know. Thank you.
Yeah, I did not trample you yesterday.
Does it look
No,
more
we kind of
dragonsy than
met
silk
a
skinny?
lady with scales.
So, is it information to assist us in our journey that you bring to us then?
Whatever information I could manage to gather from that miserable attempt, yeah, sure.
Remember the PM I sent you right before this started?
Yes.
Oh.
I don't know. Is it? Well, there was this one thing that happened. I think you guys might actually want to know about this. See, what knocked us out? Wait, I'm just gonna finish lagging. There's also that about playing role-playing games over the internet. Alright, there we go. Right, so there was this one thing that actually knocked out most of my party except me that I think might be actually really good for you guys to know. Moral sits down and he quenches his fist underneath his chin and he looks out at the rest of the party and he continues. When I was there, we weren't attacked by beasts, not immediately. What really knocked us out, what killed off my group, was this weird blue mist that made my party crazy. I don't really know exactly the details of it, but it was big. It was really big. It was everywhere.
A big blue mist.
You wouldn't be happening to refer to the Mist of the Mad Monkeys, would you?
Again!
That might actually be the case. I actually recall one of my teammates yelling something about that as he choked and coughed and went mad.
And why were you not affected by it?
Because I was further away from the party.
Uh-huh.
I was out trying to gather something that we could eat. There wasn't a lot of animal life in there, I'll tell you that much. But I tried at least. Caught a couple of rabbits, if that interests you.
least one of us. I turn to Mercy.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Do either of you know any way to, aside from not being in it, in your case, to prevent going mad?
I wish I knew that.
As far as
If I would have...
Sorry, go ahead.
You first.
As far as any of us here on Chult have been able to determine, it's a magical mist of some sorts. Most of us, if we happen to get caught out, try and climb the nearby trees and get above the mist as it creeps across the jungle floor. Aside from that, hope that your body is strong enough to not go insane from the touch of the mist. It is not
We
a
go by
pleasant sensation.
We go by air.
Yeah, good luck with that.
We could try.
Yeah, good
Take
luck
one
with
of those-
that.
Fine.
I personally can't grow wings, so I don't think going
I
by
know.
air is really much of an option at the moment.
Yeah, I know. But I don't really know what else to suggest, okay? Air balloons, maybe? I don't know.
Learn to climb trees by the sounds of it.
Yeah, we'll start climbing trees once you get infected with a mad monkey disease.
Huh. Anything more that you can bring to the table?
Not really.
I see. Oh, that's a thing.
Yep. So, about the agreement we came to yesterday. How many of you are willing to race for the Merchant Princess?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That was pretty fucking scary.
Race, as in...
The dinosaur races that will be starting in just a couple of hours from now.
Which I
Right.
told you about last
in,
night.
Oh, right. I misheard you. Sorry about that.
in all due respect, after my recent experience with a dinosaur, I would rather jump in and find that turtle creature than ride one of those dinosaurs.
You would have an even less pleasant time with a dragon turtle in the bay than getting stepped on by a Triceratops that you should have just darted out of the way of.
Oh, I'm sure, but one's a traumatizing experience, and I don't really want to experience again.
No one's forcing you, Meryl.
I'm glad. I shall watch.
Don't you worry. You can just bet from the stands that on your teammates or against them if you don't think that they're going to win.
I raise an eyebrow at you, Meryl. Yes.
I
Gotcha.
will...
And on the bottom you can change who you're talking as.
Right.
I'll bet money on you guys, don't you worry, I'm sure I have complete and utter confidence in you both. Or, and even Agron, if you're going to go along with it as well.
If you say so.
I'm not
Yeah,
racing.
I'll do some racing.
I'm not racing, and I'm not gonna be betting either. I'll watch though.
You're
I
not
don't
going
know,
to
I've
take
never
part
been a
in
guy
the
for-
greatest sport on the peninsula? Shame on you.
I'm not a really big fan of sports in general, actually. I guess I could watch from a distance. Yeah.
At least,
I want to know what it's about.
The races are quite the spectacle. Triceratopses and allosaurs and the odd tyrannosaurus sprinting through the streets and attempt to be the first to the finish line. It's really quite a fun festival, but if you're going to be boring, then
I mean, I'll watch. I mean, dinosaurs. Sounds fun.
Again, in no disrespect, Merchant Prince. I feel like our definitions of fun might be a bit drastically different from one another.
You're trying to tell me, young half-elf, that you don't enjoy seeing dinosaurs racing through the streets and the occasional rider being ripped to shreds? Don't worry, none of the races will be entering you guys into allow the riders to be harmed in any way, shape or form.
Unless you get in the way.
Anyone who tries gets immediately thrown into execution as run with the velociraptors.
I am loving this place more and more.
Seems a good way to solve your problems.
Either they live or the dinosaurs kill them. It is a very efficient method of execution.
I think I'll be watching from the rooftop. How's about that, hmm?
You guys are boring.
Yeah, I don't like putting my life at risk for a sport. Thank you very much. I'm sorry.
Same here. It's pointless.
It's just riding.
Well,
You can go ride if you want. I'll pass. I'll watch.
Second Hobbit.
I said, well, I think it sounds like fun, so count me in. I'll be racing.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I'll
you
be
better both
I'll-
win.
I'll be rooting on you, Agron.
So that's 2 takers. How disappointing. Lagota, Agron, I'll see you at the Prince's Champion's Pen in about an hour or so. And I'll introduce you to the dinosaurs that you'll be riding today. Don't worry, you're not going to be up against each other. That would be foolish. The rest of you can sit in the pleb stands.
The blood
Oh,
The
stands.
pleb
The pleb.
stands.
Oh, okay.
Oh, very well.
I'll move you back onto the Port Nanzaro map.
What are the betting arrangements?
Let me pull up the handout for you.
But I was having breakfast.
You guys are still in the room, just moving you onto the Port Nanzaro map again. Dinosaur race rules.
Yeah, it's loading.
Yep, there's the rules for racing dinosaurs, which
It
I'll
takes
just
its time.
show back to everybody. Along with the picture, because why not? I'm actually trying to find where the rules handout for betting on the dinosaur races is.
Just to point out, I would have done about
Found
as
it.
well as I did when we did the one shot because my animal handling is the exact same.
You
Mine
get-
is barely better. It's a +3 at the moment.
Yeah, you guys can
Same
bet
problem.
on the dinosaur races to help either help fund your expedition or earn some extra cash. The races, their odds and the chance to win, I will let you know depending who you want to bet on. Bets can range from 1 copper piece to 500 GP. If you're betting on a race that doesn't have one of you guys competing, it is basically just a dice roll as to whether you win or not. If you're betting on a race that one of you guys are competing in, it's obviously depending on the results of that race. You can bet for a dinosaur to win, place, show, or do something specific during the race, like attack another racer or throw its rider. So many bets to win in the course of a single race. Losers are expected to pay up in a timely fashion. Those who don't are visited by a debt collector.
It's fine, we'll be in the forest long before that happens.
And this is why I do not make bets.
Port Nyanzaru bookies never forget a debt. Even a year away on expedition into the jungle isn't long enough to erase an unpaid gambling loss.
Christ, they sound like me.
Wow.
What are all the races then? Because I might throw some like coppers or silvers over it, like around a
There's
race.
going to be several two-legged and several four-legged races. The Unchained does not seem to be happening today.
How many races?
Several of each category, depending on exactly how many you guys want to actually run today. Because I'm thinking there's going to be one two-legged and one four-legged that you guys compete in, and then a number of other races.
I'll pass though.
I'll
Still
bet. I'm willing to put some gold pieces onto the race that those guys are competing in, but for all the random chance, I'm just gonna like coppers and silvers.
That trust in us.
I don't even. My character hasn't even received his starting gold or starting cash yet, so he's broke.
You get that from your background.
Yeah. So let's see. What was my background? I'm allowed to actually double check that.
Should be like what 10, 15 usually.
I'm pretty sure it's 10 for Far Traveller,
Right. 10
which I've
silver.
added for you. Gold.
10 gold. 10 gold.
10 gold. Oh, that's nice.
I've done
Right,
it for
let's
you.
see. You are very kind,
And
sir. Thank you
actually,
so much.
because you've already been on expedition, you would actually have more like that much.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they have a small piece of jewelry worth 10 GP in the style of your homeland scrapper ship, and a pouch containing 5 GP. So if you flog the jewelry piece off, then technically 15.
She probably has.
Can I bet on somebody that I think is gonna lose? Like, I bet this guy's gonna lose.
In theory.
Cool.
So,
I
it's...
bet everything I own on me losing.
So it's...
I don't think that's a legal bet.
So it's Agron and Lagota that are actually going to be running. Everyone else, you guys will be taking over one of the NPC riders. As last time, as an NPC rider, you are encouraged to race as hard as you can against your fellow party members, regardless of how good it would be for the party members to win. Your animal handling is +2, so it's obviously just...
As usual.
Yep.
Am I able to use my real dice again for something like this?
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
I'm gonna get one too.
And for the benefit of the stream, I'll be tracking the results on a notepad visible on stream. So,
Switching.
Agron and Lagota, which of you wants the two-legged race, which of you wants the four-legged race?
Shit, my
I don't
time.
mind.
I don't mind either. Let's go two-legged.
Cool, I'll take the four-legged then.
Okay. And now I've got to find where the examples for which dinosaurs you could ride were.
Oh, so they're going in like separate races. Okay.
Yes. The four-legged
Which has-
race. The four-legged race is dominated by young Ankylosauruses and Triceratopses. The dinosaur race rules handout I did show to players. Just so it will pop up on your screen. But Dimetrodons have also been doing well recently when paired with small riders. Most competitors in the two-legged race are Hadrosauruses and Dinocuuses. Although Dinocuuses tend to have small riders, so it will mostly be just Hadrosauruses for you, Lagota. If that's alright.
I suppose so. I would have liked the other one better, but
What, the Dinocuus?
I'll go with... Yeah.
Yeah, but they need small riders.
Yeah,
They're tiny.
and I am not that, so I'll go for Hadrosaurus.
I'll just take whatever the DM gives me as the NPC.
And Hobbit, and Mia and Hobbit, can you both roll me a d20, please? The flat d20.
Good start.
3!
Whoop, means you get to go on.
Mia, do you want to go first or do you want your race to be first or second?
Second.
Please tell me that's what we were rolling for.
Yeah. You're literally deciding.
way.
You were rolling to decide who gets to go first. So,
It's a all uphill roads from here.
Yep. So, hobbits, do you want a Ankylosaurus or a Triceratops? You guys will also be racing against the DM.
Good for Triceratops. Yeah.
That skill check DC's high, man.
I don't know. I haven't really read this.
What's your animal handling?
The table at
3.
the bottom, +3. Check the DC for a Triceratops to move every round is 14.
Let's not go that.
Oh, sorry, I heard Tyrannosaurus for some reason. I don't know why.
Triceratops. So, okay, the way this works as a summary, since we've got a couple of you that have never done this before. On every round, everyone will roll an animal handling check, which for the NPCs is +2. For characters, I guess it's +3 for each of you.
Whip advantage.
You can whip your dinosaur for advantage. However, the dinosaur then has to make a Constitution saving throw on that round, or move at half speed for the rest of the race. If you do whip your dinosaur for advantage, you can move at the faster speed. Race lasts 300 feet. You're looking to get your speed total to 300. It increases every round depending how fast you moved in that round. Okay, so
If you fail the animal handling skill check, you don't move at all.
Yep.
Okay.
You can still win though.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yeah, you can. Totally.
Not in the Unchained race. So, Manon, do you want an Ankylosaurus or a Triceratops?
Triceratops.
Okay. Umbra. Triceratops or Ankylosaurus?
I said you could give me one, so I'm going to roll for it. The first one.
Triceratops.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to become a Triceratops only event, and this is going to get really funny. Mia.
I'll grab the Triceratops also.
Oh boy.
I mean, there's no stakes in that one for me, so I might as well have some fun.
And Neb. Triceratops or Ankylosaurus?
Let's do like this. One for Triceratops and the other. And okay, odd for Triceratops, even for the other one, whatever that was.
Okay.
What should be odd now?
It's odd.
Triceratops?
It's a Triceratops. It's a Triceratops race.
Okay. So, most of you guys make your way to the stands to watch the event. Agron, you head down to the champion arena where Nakanga meets you and introduces you to your mount and says, "This is going to be the Triceratops that you'll be riding in today's race. It looks like everybody is going to be on a Triceratops today, and you're up against the current champion, Ubta's favourite."
Okay.
Noted, Umbra. Is that to win?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a supportive member of our party.
So, as a reminder, on each round...
Is this happening here? Like in this big thing? Or is that the market? That's
the
a giant market.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there we go. I was trying to get over to the Port Nyanzara map. The dinosaur racing actually happens sort of down here. And the races go sort of from there into the city. You come along sort of this direction here into the city.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What's the name of the one that I'm playing as?
I don't actually have a name for you. The only ones I'll have names for are the DM one.
Okay, I'm gonna give one now, Biscuit, as with the dog, and I'm going to bet 3 copper pieces that they don't make it halfway through the race.
Remember moral? Remember moral that in a second that Lagota is in the next race.
Yeah, this isn't my race right now.
Right, I'm still.
Okay.
Okay.
So
what was the distance? 300 feet is
yes.
a distance.
And on any given round, a Triceratops moving at normal speed will move 50. If you if you want to go faster, you will move 75 if you pass the check, but you will have to pass a DC 10 Constitution save at the end of the round. Okay, so let's just start off with. Let's start off with the player Hobbits. Would you like to roll your animal handling, please?
Great start. Great start.
Manon.
Oh, nice. 19.
Yep, that's a pass. And as you guys get to the start line and start heading off, you hear the announcer seems to have his voice amplified with magic saying, "And in today's Triceratops racing event, we have Uptal's favourite against the champion of Wakanga Atamu, and a few other Triceratopses that we can't be bothered with the names of." And
A
they're
little
off.
boy says, "Hey, biscuit!" From the...
Umbra.
Me next?
Yep.
7 plus 2 is a 9.
That's a 0.
And
Yeah.
so it begins.
Oh, hey, look, that's a 4.
Nope. Neb. 1d20 plus 2.
That's 16.
Okay.
Hey, you move.
And Uptal's favourite.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit!
And
I-
so the cheating DM begins.
And as the race begins, Uptal's favourite and a couple of the other challengers are all at 50 feet. The remainder haven't moved off the starting line. Hobbits.
God damn.
Nope. Manon.
17.
Okay. You're up to 100.
It's the same dice as like last time.
Umbra.
10 plus 2. Oh, come on. 12 total. I'm getting closer.
Mia.
14.
On the dot.
Just enough. Neb.
Yep.
It's okay, Agron. I'm here at the start line with you, baby.
Neb.
Right. That is another 16.
Jeez. Okay. And the DM. Uptal's favourite doesn't go anywhere. And as the first challengers reach a third of the way through the distance, Uptal's favourite is falling behind along with another challenger. Wakanga's champion and another dinosaur haven't managed to get off the starting line. Hobbit. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, bloody time, I rolled a 2, a 4, and a 5 this session.
Manon.
11.
Nope. Umbra.
If this fails, I'm gonna go for advantage next. Come on. That was you asshole. That was rolling between a 19 and a 9, back and forth, and landed on the 9. So 11 total.
Mia.
Go for advantage next round.
18.
Yep. You move to 100.
Nice.
Neb.
I guess it's me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, let's see here.
16 again.
That's no, actually it's a total of 9 this time.
Total of 9? Okay. So you
Yes,
don't move.
so it's
Uptal's favourite
7.
is going for the advantage. Thank God he... Well, he didn't need it, but that moves him to 125.
This is a con save now.
Yep. And a Triceratops' save is a +2, so...
Makes
Fine.
it.
And Uptal's favourite surges into the lead ahead of the other characters as the rider appears to be whipping his mount to get some extra pace out of it. Hobbit.
Sure, why not? Let's lose this and go for advantage.
Oh boy. Well, you
Nice,
needed it.
though.
So, can you also make me a Constitution save, which is 1d20 plus 2, please?
Can I just roll my save?
Uh,
Oh, it's +2 for my save anyway.
That works. Yep, you're fine.
Okay.
You also move to 125.
Whoa.
Manon.
I'll go for the advantage too.
This
Oh,
is an
boy.
advantage round now.
Yeah. And
Pretty
I
much.
need it. Natural 20.
Okay, you move up to 175.
Yeah, and roll the 9 plus,
Plus
2.
two.
That's fine.
That's enough. Umbra.
Okay, going for the advantage. First roll is 11 plus 2, 13. Glad I need it. For a 19 plus 2, I do it.
Okay.
You
and
He's off the start line.
con save, please.
So it is a
+2.
13 plus 2. I'm good.
Yep. Mia.
Advantage. You guys are leaving me behind. That's not gonna happen. Never mind. That's
Double fail?
12.
Double fail even with advantage.
Yup.
Con save,
Ouch.
please.
Fail again.
Nope. That's an 18 plus 2.
Okay, you're fine. And Neb.
Right, I'm going for the advantage. I'm not going to be run past. Thoughtless. And rolling 2 d20s, and the best one is 13 plus 2, that's 15.
That is enough. Can you make me a con save, please, which is another d20 plus 2?
Working on it. That is 19 plus 2, so that
Nice.
is 21.
DM's going for advantage. Which I need it.
Ooh, just barely scraped it.
Yep. Con save is fine. And at the end of the round, Uptal's favourite with some expert whipping by his rider is still in the lead at 200 feet. A couple of challenges behind him at 175. Wakonga's champion is at 125. One challenger is at 100 and one challenger is at 75. Hobbit.
Let's fail it again and go for advantage.
Con save,
Oh.
please. Okay, at least your con save is fine. Manon.
Advantage.
Because of course.
20.
Nice. You move to 250.
Save. 8 plus 2 is 10.
Just enough. Umbra.
I'm gonna lose 3 copper pieces for this. I'm good at advantage. Which I didn't even need, but let's just see what I got. It was 17 plus 2 and a 3 plus 2.
Con save, please.
And the con save is 10 plus 2.
Yep, you're fine. Mia.
Advantage. That's better. That's an 18.
Yep, you move to 175.
And I make the con. That's
Okay,
12.
Neb.
Dude, I'm on his heels. I'm gonna win this. I'm whipping this crap out of my Triceratops. And I get a 10 plus 2, so that's 12.
Even with
on the higher one?
advantage.
Yes, even with advantage. Is that good enough?
Nope.
Nope.
Con save, please.
Oh well. Con save, and that's 19 plus 2.
And this is
Yo.
DM with advantage, and I'm fine.
Jesus Christ. Come on, Hobbit!
And at the end of the round, Uptal's favourite surges to 275 feet. He's nearly across the line. Behind him, the challenger is at 250. There are a couple of challenges at 175, one at 150, and the champion is lagging behind at 125. Hobbit.
Advantage again.
What?
You can call my Triceratops.
Oh my
Wow. Nope.
Jesus. You
By the
pushed.
way, you you can call my Triceratops Snuggles.
Manon.
Advantage again. Oh no.
Double
12.
fail.
Yeah.
Con save, please.
11 plus 2.
You're fine. Umbra.
Also an advantage, by the way, before I look at the roll. 10 plus 2 and 1 plus 2. I fail. Both.
Rep. Con save, please.
Which I also fail. 3 plus 5. 3 plus 5. 3 plus 2.
Mia.
For a 5.
Advantage. 14. Whew.
Okay, you're up to 250.
And con save is at 11.
That's enough. Neb.
Come on, baby. I can taste the victory. Whipping again. And that is an 18 plus 2. That is a 20.
Nice,
Now
yep.
with a con. Fail.
You're at half speed for the rest of the race and you cannot whip again. DM with advantage.
Holy sh...
I'm across the line. My con save does not matter. And Uptown's favourite crosses the line at 350 feet. A few challenges behind at 250, one at 150, and the champion at 125. Wakanga's going to be disappointed in that.
Grumble, grumble, I'll give over my fucking losses.
Hey, you win! On Biscuit.
But Meryl doesn't win.
Rip Meryl. Okay, so, resetting for the two-legged race. Sorry, Agron. I don't know what the fuck is up with your dice.
That was really bad.
You had, like, look at your dice compared to my dice. What the hell?
1 and
It's like we all
2.
know when DM's cheat.
2.
Rude.
Roll20 doesn't like you.
It doesn't in most of the campaigns I play. I'm used to it.
You could do a biscuit.
But okay.
It was at half speed for the rest of the game.
Resetting for the two-legged race, which is going to be Lagota riding.
Yep.
We will
So
keep
there-
we will keep the same order for the riders. This is going to be Ankylosaurus's. I'm trying to find my handout of what's in it.
Isn't it? Dino.
Yes, sorry. Hadrosaurus's and yes,
Yeah.
Hadrosaurus's and Deinonychus's. So, Lagota, you have to take a Hadrosaurus.
Yep.
Sissy the second. What kind of things can I bet on again?
You can bet on pretty much anything.
Guys, what's a good thing that's going to make me win aside from, like, Lagota winning?
You
I
can
got
bet that a dinosaur is gonna cross the winning line.
You can bet on the amount of rounds it's gonna take.
Can I bet on the fact that it needs to go to, like, 2 dinosaurs cross the finish line?
By the way, how far did Biscuit get?
Biscuit got to 175.
Aw, someone lost a bet.
26 feet more that cost me the bet.
Yep. Hobbit, do you want a Hadrosaurus or a Deinonychus?
Whichever one has the lower DC.
That will be the
Deinonychus, then.
Hadrosaurus.
I'm going with that one.
Hadrosaurus has the lower DC.
Yeah. Sorry, yes, yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna reset my OBS because I'm getting a bit of lag.
Okay.
Okay.
Manon.
Deinonychus, please.
Okay.
Why not?
Umbra.
Assign odds and evens to one of them, and I'll tell you which one I get.
Odds is Deinonychus, evens is Hadrosaurus.
So, odd.
Odd?
Yep,
Okay.
odd.
So you are a Deinonychus.
Okay. I want to bet 6 copper pieces on something, but I don't know what.
And Neb? Deinonychus or Hadrosaurus?
Odd for the first, even for the second.
Okay.
That's odd.
So Deinonychus.
Yes.
Which means I now need to try and find a Hadrosaurus champion. Oh boy, you guys are up against Banana Candy.
Okay.
I love
Also-
the champion names.
Also, this. What was the name of the dinosaur again? What was the name
You
of
are
the race?
on a Deinonychus.
Deinonychus.
Yep. Second from top, just under the Allosaurus.
What is the
so-
name of my dinosaur?
Pickle.
You are on Jungle Prince.
Okay. You got this, Jungle. You got this.
This one's named Pickle.
How much money do you get if you win, by the way?
The payout varies depending on the exact bet and the odds.
If I was to bet on Banana Candy.
Banana Candy is a
Banana
Okay.
Candy is the favorite, so not as much as betting on an outsider, I guess.
yeah. Because the odds on Banana Candy are 3 to 1.
So I would put in 6 and get 2 back? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yes. Wait. Yes. Yes, you would get a third of what you got. You get a third of your bet back as winnings.
Guys, come on, throw something at me of something I can bet on.
Forgot the bet on. To bet on Mia, it is 1 to 5 odds.
So if I win, you do get 5 times what you bet.
Yep.
Okay, well, I've already got 4 GP. I've got 4 GP on you already. But I just want to get rid of my copper pieces. I don't know what to bet on copper pieces.
Choose something, or you can bet on a later race.
6 copper pieces that one of the racers can't get off the starting line.
Okay.
Wow.
Noted.
Okay.
I don't know. It doesn't matter which one, but just one of them.
That is also on one. That is also 1 to 5 odds.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there real quick, so make sure I'm further down the line of my initiative.
Yeah. You are okay. I'll move you down to just before me. Okay, so Hobbit, you are on a Hadrosaurus. Your animal handling is +2. Your con is +1. So going for advantage is risky.
My animal handling is +2.
Yep, and your con is +1. Because you're
Okay.
taking over an NPC Hadrosaurus.
Yep.
Everybody else is as last round.
Deinonychuses are +2 to the Constitution, +2 to the animal handling.
Jesus.
Lagota will obviously be using her animal handling.
Which is +3.
So, Hobbit, you're first up in the order.
Cool. I've changed it so that my animal handling is +2, con is +1, because I can't be asked to roll every time.
That works. And the race gets underway, and Hobbit surges away from the starting line. Hadrosaurus is a move speed of 40. Manon,
11 plus 2.
that's enough. You also move to 40. Mia. Come on,
Come on,
Lagota.
Prince. Just like riding a horse. That's a 16.
Who wants to ride a horse when you have try whatever it is to ride?
Neb.
I'm going for an early advantage, actually.
Oh, risky move.
Yeah. I want to go for an early advantage so that I can get a good lead. And I get a 12.
On
Con
a
or haste?
Deinonychus, a 12 is enough.
Oh, what do you know?
And yes, con save, please.
Working on it. 10 plus 2.
Yep, that's enough. Umbra,
What was I on again?
you are on a Deinonychus.
Okay, so 12 and +2. Ah! That's an 18 plus 2.
That is enough. You get to 40. Let's see whether Banana Candy gets off the starting line. I'm not going for advantage. I'm fine.
I've lost one bet already. I'll take that off.
Oh no, you lost 6 copper. Whatever shall you do?
And the race begins, and the racers surge ahead with one of our riders seeming to whip his mount early to try and get out a 20-foot lead. Everyone except that one is at 40 with one at 60. Hobbit. Nice.
God damn.
80. Manon.
1.
Nope. Mia.
14 plus 3, 17.
You moved to 80. Come on, Lagota. Neb.
That's a 10 plus 2.
That is enough.
Enough.
You move to 100.
Yay.
Umbra.
Just going for the normal one. You asshole. You asshole. Went from 18 and then I dip into a 2.
Rip.
So I'm guessing your Deinonychus suddenly got hungry.
Yeah.
My Hadrosaurus is fine. I moved to 80. End of the round, and with a couple of Deinonychuses dropping behind, the Hadrosauruses are all at 80. The challenger who whipped their mount early is at 100, and the remaining Deinonychuses are at 40. Hobbit.
I told you, my name is Pickles.
You were on a Hadrosaurus, that's enough. 120. Manon.
14.
That's enough. You move to 80. Mia. Come on, Magota.
I'm gonna go for advantage.
Okay.
Get a really good roll, man. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them is a natural 18.
Con save, please.
Yeah, that's the one that scares me. Whew! That's 9 plus 1, 10. So I make it.
Oh my god.
I got scared.
Neb.
Yep, on it.
Like a carbon.
I got 10 plus 2. Jeez, I'm at 150, ain't I?
Did you go for advantage?
No.
Then you're at 140.
Alright.
Umbra.
I'm gonna go for advantage. Because I'm lagging behind. I mean, I didn't need it. That's a 13 plus 2 and an
Con
11
save,
plus
please.
2. 9 plus 2.
DM is going for advantage on banana candy.
Nope.
And fails.
Suddenly got really hungry. Suddenly that Hydrosaurus got really hungry.
And banana candy looks like he's already getting exhausted. Looks like he didn't want to race today. As to the other competitors, there is a Deinonychus at 80. The Hadrosauruses are at 100, 120, and Akene's champion is at 130, with a Deinonychus at 140. Hobbit.
1 second. I'm going to go for advantage.
Okay. You needed it.
Ooh,
Con save, please.
nice break.
Yes!
You are fine. You're at 170. Manon.
Advantage, please. Yeah, that's enough. 19.
Alright, Deinonychus, that moves you to 140. And con save, please.
6 plus 2.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah.
Mia.
I am going for advantage again.
Good luck.
Okay, I passed a roll, because that's 12 plus 3. Now, the can't save. Can't save. Come on, baby. I'm fine. 15.
So you succeeded, right? That should move to 180.
Yep.
Okay. And Neb.
Going for the advantage. Come on, baby. Come on. You're
Come
gonna
on.
keep the lead.
Come on, Snake Eyes.
Actually, that's an 11 plus 2.
That is enough. You move to 200.
Damn it.
Right. Con save. That's 18 plus 2.
You're fine.
Damn it.
Umbra.
What am I distance at the moment?
You were at 100 feet. The leader is at 200 with Mia at 180, Hobbit at 170, Manon at 140, myself at 80, and I'm at half speed, as is Manon.
Oh shit, I'm quite far behind. I guess, yeah, even with advantage, I'm so far behind. I'm gonna go with just to get extra speed. Which is a 17 plus 2, and let's just see what I got, a 5 plus.
Yep. And that's just
For the
DM rolling.
And for the con save...
Did you fail? Rip. So you move to 160. However, you're now at half speed for the rest of the race. And it looks like we have 3 competitors already exhausted, as 2 of the Deinonychuses and Banana Candy all look like they are not wanting to continue this race. As to the others, the remaining Deinonychus is at 200 feet. The champion is at 180, with the other Hadrosaurus just behind at 170. Hobbit.
It's getting close, guys.
It's the last sprint now.
Let's go for advantage.
Oh.
Con save. At least you're fine on the con save. Manon.
10. No, 8.
Nope.
Doesn't matter.
Nope, that's not enough. Mia.
Advantage,
Yep.
because I need to catch up.
Come on,
Come
Lagota.
on,
That's 18.
Con
Con
save.
save. 15.
Okay, you're at
30.
230, Neb.
Right, I'm going for the advantage here.
Whose side are you on, Neb? We're trying to win here.
Well, the rules stated that
I know, I know.
raise
I
hand.
know.
So sort of. Well, one is a 1 and one is a 6.
Nope. And
Let's do
con
the
save,
cons.
please.
Con save. Yeah. That's 6. Not 6. Natural 6.
You are also exhausted.
Jesus.
Is the only one not slowed me?
And Mia.
And me.
And a King's
my
champion is pulling ahead as her closest Deinonychus rival also appears to be exhausted. The remaining non-exhausted Hadrosaurus is at 170. As the rest of the competitors, the exhausted Deinonychuses are at 200, 160, 140, and Banana Candy is lagging behind at 100. Hobbit.
Is Mia in front or behind me?
Mia is in front. You're at 170. She is at 230. Neb is at 200.
Okay, I'm going for
The,
advantage. then. She's ahead
the
of me.
rider of pickles curses loudly.
Yep, and con save. Nice. You were at 230. Mia.
Advantage.
Okay. If you succeed, you
as
get
well.
to 280, and it doesn't matter if you're at half speed as long as you can pass them there.
Nope. I don't move because that's a 6.
Even with advantage?
Oh yeah, the other one was a natural 1.
Con save! Con save!
Con save is fine, that's a 16.
Manon?
So I don't move.
Nat 20.
Okay, you move to 160. Neb?
All right,
You cannot go for you cannot go for advantage. You are exhausted.
I know.
Yeah.
That's a 10 plus 2 though, so I'm at 12.
Which is your DC. You move to 220.
All right.
The Hadrosaurus are pulled ahead of you. Umbra.
I'll go for a bad. Wait. I'm on the Deinonychus, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Damn it! 8 plus 2 is a 10.
Nope.
I don't go anywhere.
And the Hadrosauruses pull ahead, with both of them tied at 230. The other Deinonychuses are at 220, with the last two lagging behind at 160, and Banana Candy at 120. Hobbits.
I'm going to go for advantage.
Yep.
Banana Candy is not having a good day.
Nice, you're at
I
280.
should've-
Con
I
save.
should have bet my copper that Banana Candy was going to be last.
Okay, as a reminder, if two dinosaurs cross the finish line in the same round, it is whoever has the highest tally that wins. Manon.
Yep.
5.
Nope. Mia. You can have to.
Advantage.
Yep.
Don't get exhausted, Mia.
There's 15 plus 3. I can't math.
Yep.
18.
Yep. And con save.
And con save is above the 9, so that's a 17.
Nice. This is going to come down to the
Sweet.
finish line.
Okay.
Neb.
Write
Right.
an angry worded letter to roll 20. Angry
Hobbit.
IO.
Hobbit and Mia are
12.
both at 280. 12, you're at 240. Umbra.
Okay, come on, baby.
We're gonna tie it.
Is a 4 plus
calling it.
2.
Nope. And DM.
I feel like I've just, like, my dinosaurs just collapsed now.
And we have a very tight race developing. We might go to sudden death between the champion and the challenger. The two Hadrosauruses are at 280, closest Deinonychus at 240, remaining Deinonychus is at 160 with Banana Candy at 140. Hobbit.
I'm at 160, aren't
Yes you are.
I? God damn it. I won't dare to be last to Banana Candy.
Manon's at 160 as well, Hobbit.
What's my just normal movement? Do I have to take
Your
advantage
normal
here?
movement is 40.
So I can pass just on this.
Yes,
Oh, wait, if I take advantage, the con save doesn't matter, does it?
correct.
I'll take advantage then.
Yep.
Not that I need it.
You move to 330. Mia. You've got to
Mia now
decide the
has
outcome.
to take advantage.
Same. Please don't fail me now.
Come on, Mia. Natural 20.
Yes! No, that's a 14 plus 3.
That's enough. 330.
Jesus.
The other one was a nat 2. Just
Manon.
saying.
If they have to go to sudden death, is it like whoever goes further in the next round?
13.
I'm tempted to introduce the sudden death. 13, that's enough to get you to 180. I am very tempted to do sudden death between Hobbit and Mia. Because,
Means we need to make her con
Con
saves.
saves.
yes. Can I get a con save from both Hobbit and from Mia, please?
If it's aimed sudden death.
I'm fine, that's an 18.
Hobbit.
Oh!
Now,
Yeah, alright. That's a 17 plus 2, so that's 19 total.
19, that is enough. You move to 260. Umbra.
Yeah, did it the other round. 16 plus 2 instead of a 3 plus 2.
180 and DM. Now, guys, do you want to go to sudden death? And I fail.
Do it. Go to sudden death.
Sure.
Screw it. Let's go to sudden death. Hobbit, you are exhausted, but if Mia fails her checks and you pass, it does not matter. You cannot go for advantage, Hobbit. Looks like we have a tie crossing the line. We're going to sudden death between the Hadrosauruses, between the champion and... Rip. The
But
champion
wait,
and the
if-
challenger.
If Mia fails as well,
Go Mia.
she's gonna go for advantage.
With advantage. One of them is a natural 13, the other is a natural 20.
Mia moves to 300,
Yes!
380. And with the
Just
sudden...
for the lulz, I fail my con save with a natural 1.
And with the sudden death out of the way, the champion wins the race from the closest Hadrosaurus in the sudden death. Remaining challengers, Deinonychus at 260, remaining two at 180, and Banana Candy lagging behind at 140. Congratulations to the champion.
So, okay, who won?
Mia.
Legoto.
Mia won.
Lagota.
Because he
As
was
in,
sudden death.
as in the actual character.
Yes.
I get 15 gold.
Yeah. I get 20 back.
Yep.
Plus the 4 that I bet on, right?
Yes. You do get your bet back.
Cool.
Right, let's see.
Is anyone wanting
That
to
was a
bet?
scary death.
Yeah.
Scary death. Scary
Sudden-
race.
yeah. Is anyone wanting to bet on any of the other races today?
Yeah, I'll throw a few silver their way.
Okay. Any particular race you want to bet on? And-
As in like 2-legged or 4-legged.
Yeah, and the odds on any particular challenger ranges from 7 to 1 to 1 to 7.
I'm gonna put 2 silver pieces on 2 separate 7 to 1s.
In the same race, or?
No, different races.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. Which one's the harder one to have? The
7
one where I get 7 back.
7 to 1 is your whatever you bet divided by 7 is your winnings. 1 to 7.
Okay.
For every 1 you bet, you get 7.
Sorry, okay. 1 to 7s. I want 2 separate 1 silver piece bets on a 1 to 7 each.
Okay. Anyone else betting?
Nope.
I'm fine.
And then I'll stick like 4 silver pieces on a 1 to 2.
On a 1 to 2, so you get 2 back. Okay. On 4 separate 1 to 2s.
On 2 separate 1 to 2s.
Okay. I'm looking for... Okay.
One piece
Okay.
has an addiction.
Both of your bets on the 1 to 7s lost. However, both of your bets on the 1 to 2s won.
Oh, sweet. So I lose 2 silver, but I double the 4s.
And as the goat is cooling off, and I'm assuming dumping a bucket of water over her head and trying to cool off after the race, Wakonga comes and finds you and says, my friends, that was very impressive. Such a shame about the first race, but Lugota, that was very, very impressive. You should consider a career here when your current assignment is completed. That was remarkable.
Oh, I think it's mostly on my mount, which you provided for me, so thank you.
Very nice.
It's a mix of the two. The rider is just as important as the mount. Same dinosaur, different rider has very, very different results depending on the day. That sudden death was intense. Now, unfortunately, you only won the one race, and we lost quite a bit of money on that one, but oh well, we won quite a lot of money with you as the champion in the race on the Hadrosaurus. So here are your winnings. And he produces 5 pouches and hands one to each of you.
With how much?
Looking inside, you guys can see
1,000 plat.
150 gold pieces each.
Ooh.
What, all of us?
Yes.
Dang. That's okay.
But the other guys didn't do anything, so I think you should give us your share.
I mean, you lost your race.
Shut up, I tried.
To give you an idea, between the merchant princes, we made well over 15,000 gold on that race, so this is basically nothing to us. A token of our gratitude.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
Fun fact, between the two races, they actually made over 50,000, but that particular race was 15,000, so we gave you a 20th.
Wait, how much did we get? Because I was way,
150 each.
Oh, okay.
Split between
Gold.
split between the 5 of you. He gave you a 20th of their takings.
So wait,
For that,
150, 150 each.
yes.
Right.
That is very generous.
It is.
Indeed.
Had you guys won both races, it would have been 500 each.
Holy sh!
The
I blame you
20th
guys.
of their take.
That is just ridiculously generous.
I like give a small like slap. Morals thigh like.
Oh.
We thank you very much for your generosity.
And once again, thank you for your help with that charter.
I'm glad that we could assist you with that. If you do require anything else in the city before you head out this afternoon, then I would advise you get it done with now. We'll be hosting the executions and executioners run for a little bit, and then it's going to be, well, then everyone will retire in the afternoon heat, and then it's going to be the afternoon markets. You know where to find me if you need me, otherwise good luck out there. And he turns and heads off, and you see him actually meet up with Akeen, and they're walking away. They seem to be just chatting as they walk away in the distance. I'm going to switch you back over to the chill session music rather than the battle music.
Thank you.
Well, overall quite successful. Congratulations, Lagota, and in fairness, you made a great effort, Agron.
I'm still Morel's still staring into his pouch. He's like, You can see the ground underneath his feet beginning to become a little charred.
Easy there.
He doesn't listen.
You don't want to accidentally set a small child on fire?
He's still not paying attention very much, you know.
You
Holy
would
cow,
say
where
that.
do we go?
I sort of wave my hand in front of like his eyes just to break him out of his trance.
What?
You're quite intrigued with that coin pouch that you just earned.
Oh, well, it's a little bit bigger than I expected. What do you think?
Well, very true, but hopefully this wealth will aid us in our journey.
If anything, it's gonna feed me.
Well, what is your next plan of action anyway?
I don't know. I mean, those guys out in the forest, you know. They're my friends after all. I want to do something about it. And what can I do?
I sort of turn to the party, giving a inquisitive look of, should we?
I
Good question.
reluctantly nod.
I mean, if he can handle himself out there, which, being the only survivor, already puts him ahead of the rest of his previous party.
Do I hear all this, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
yeah.
We're having that conversation in front of you.
So my attention is now veered to you guys, and I'm not like staring, blinking a couple of times, and I'm tilting my head, and I'm like, the heck are you planning?
Oh, we're going into the jungle.
What, do you have a death wish or something?
Quite the
Uh-oh.
contrary.
You, as a reminder, Moral, you do know the Lady Syndra Sylvain, who's wasting away because of the death curse. She's the one that originally assembled your party to go out into the jungle. The same party then got obliterated.
Right.
These
Okay.
guys, you were told by Wakanga that these guys are also working for Lady Syndra.
Okay. 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 But somebody else is gonna lead the party this time.
Well, we have guides, so that should be a bit more helpful than your previous party.
Yes, yes, that is good. That is good. Okay.
I lean back on the wall behind me, and if I may be so prying, where do your specialities lie?
My specialty? Oh. Oh, my specialty. Allow me. I'm just gonna go again.
Oh dear. Don't be scared.
Sorry, guys. Wasn't expecting this.
I cast Prestidigitation. And I clearly conjure fireballs in my hands as my horns begin to burn as well in an ominous flame, and I'm like, oh, I'm on fire.
All right.
And then I extinguish the flames by clutching my fists. That is my specialty.
Gotcha. I mean, can I basically tell it's arcane magic?
Yes.
It's something that we're missing in the party.
I wish I could say that it is that I'm excited about this, but I really ain't. But I'll
Oh.
do it.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah. Wait, are we brothers?
We both have pointy ears. Perhaps we could be relatives in long ancestry. As I head with a
he's a
sarcastic
tiefling.
remark.
Yeah, he's a tiefling, you're a half-elf.
I know. I know. I was being sarcastic.
My character just tilts his head, squints his eyes, and goes, "Eh?"
It was a joke.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So, if you're more than happy to head back on into the forest at some point later today,
Oh, shut up, you.
we would be more than happy to take your assistance, is what I'm saying.
Have we talked to River Mist and Flask of Wine?
You have not this morning, no.
We should probably do that.
Yeah.
Unless any of you want to go watch criminals try and escape from velociraptors.
Isn't that where they said it were gonna be anyway?
I think they did say they'll be out by Executioner's Run, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to say I'm down for just ignoring Executioner's Run and finding them, but apparently I can't.
I mean, you guys don't have to watch the executions.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I'll pass.
They're fun, though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I wanna go.
I'm sure, but as long as something is not being set on fire and is just messy, I could care more, I guess.
Someone of more civilized tastes.
Did you just call me civilized?
Well, not wanting to watch the barbaric.
Context, guys. This building is Executioner's Run.
Guys, he called me civilized.
He doesn't go out much.
No, I can tell.
Am I missing something?
I'm not civilized, man.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I pat you on the head.
Normally I have to deal with nobles, and it's very easy to tell what they want and when they want it. With you guys, it's a much different story. Very well.
I just keep laughing still. It's like, he called me civilized.
Let's just go find our guides. It's a like push past moral.
That sounds like a terrific idea. Let's go.
Oh dear. So, you guys gonna go find River Mist and Flask of Wine?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys going to be actually watching the executions, or are you guys only going to be finding your guides and then GTFOing?
If the majority of the party desires to watch, then I shall watch with, but...
Well, Executions Run is more the pit there in front rather than the building, but you know. Anyway.
I'm a little... Wait, do my character understand that he's on a time restraint?
Yes.
I'm a little more eager to get things done because we are a little short on time here.
And by a little
Quite
short on
right.
time, you mean the death curse.
Yeah.
Of course. What else would I be talking about?
You left the oven on back home?
I don't think he needs an oven.
Good
What's it?
point.
What's an oven?
I believe an ample descriptor is yourself by the looks of things.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, well, should we go get the guides now?
Yeah, let's. Is there anything that you feel like you would need to buy before we head off into the jungle? Tents, bedrolls,
Or how about...
rations, water skins?
Or how about food that lasts for a long time, like dried jerky or something like that? I don't care. And I might need a sleep roll. Yeah, actually, I don't want to sleep on the ground.
Well, make sure that you have ample rations, bedroll of some kind. If you're civilized enough, maybe a mess kit too.
Maybe a what?
A mess kit. Pans
I
and plates and cups.
A plate's enough.
I mean, the assumption was when I gave the extra money that you bought that kind of stuff before. We'll figure it out during the break that will be coming
Or
up.
Explorer's Pack, does it include a sleeping...
Yes, I think so.
Yes.
Okay, well in that case I don't need that, but I'm still gonna want to buy
Anyway,
rations.
we'll figure out what you would have gathered for your previous trip into the jungle during the break, which will be coming up. If you are you guys watching the execution or not?
No,
I don't
probably not.
I don't think Lagota especially wants to.
Okay.
However, now that we're a little bit flushed on money, I wouldn't mind buying some Tej to bring with us.
Okay, so let's get you guys and then I'll call the break and we can work out what shopping you guys do.
Okay.
Alright. So,
You guys
we do
can
the shopping first or the break first?
guide
Break
first.
first, do the shopping.
Guides first.
Shopping in the break.
Guides.
Yeah.
Guides.
Okay, so you guys, well, you can move yourselves on the map, obviously. As you guys start heading back into the city, it does begin to lightly rain, which is
Oh,
actually
great.
helping with the rising heat of the day. And you guys head on north through the city and eventually make your way past the Grand Market and up to where you've been told Executioner's Run is in the old city.
Very north.
Right, so I'm just trying to
Mercy's just running through that.
speed.
I can't scroll because it closed the thing that I popped out.
Hobbit, you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Are you moving yourself or
Yeah. Where'd I find myself?
you're up? Right. You are. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
Hidden. There's
Phew.
a tiny circle.
Okay. You guys make your way out to the old city, and chilling by one of the Grand Pyramids out here, you can see the two tabaxis that you ran into yesterday, with a mist and flask of wine.
Am I doing this again?
Not
Obviously.
unless if you want my -1 charisma involved.
I have a 0. Fine.
-1.
Hello, friends again. We have decided to take you up on your offer.
Ah, it's the explorers from yesterday. And you wish to take your liver mist and flask of wine with you, I see how it is. So, are you going to be paying us in gold, or shall we wait until we find some treasure?
I look at my in-game that Meryl made notes that I didn't make IRL.
They charge...
Um,
I'm pretty sure we decided that we would share whatever treasure we find because we
Right.
don't really care about the
they
treasure
just want to
itself.
know. They just want to know what payment form to expect, because they're 4 gold a day.
Yeah, I remember the payment form. It was just I couldn't remember
Yeah,
down
or
in our
a share of
agreements.
the treasure.
Yeah,
What
our
is- what
characters
is
are more
there?
interested in saving people than treasure, so we agreed to give them half
Okay.
of that.
What's that?
I-
Did you say?
Yeah, what's that there on the map that
Yeah.
I'm pinging?
Give me 1 second. I know exactly where to find it.
Oh.
That appears to be an enormous sinkhole which seems to serve as the city's garbage dump. See every type of refuse getting tossed up here, including what looks like dead bodies of criminals. The
Okay.
festering smell
Good
of
enough.
garbage, rancid water and vermin. You see rats, insects and ravens about.
Oh shoot! I would have hoped it was hot springs.
Moral, you would know that occasionally ghouls are seen prowling through the pit in search of fresh corpses. And
What do you think I'm pacing about?
And apparently, and although the level of refuse in the pit rises and falls, the pit never gets full.
So, whilst I'm talking to the other two, I pull out the thing, read what I wrote down, put it back away. We are more than happy to share 50 or a for you to take a cut of whatever treasure we find.
And treasure
would
it
you-
shall be once we get to some places that have it out in the jungle. Are you prepared
Ariel?
for the expedition, or are we going to be heading out after you have completed some more shopping?
Meryl?
Yes.
Just get to the point instead of the smooth talking.
You still need to take some shopping out, and then I believe we shall be leaving at the soonest possible moment.
Thank you. I just really don't like to be around here.
Very well.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Very well then. We shall accompany you for your shopping, and then we head to the jungle.
Okay,
Very
let's
good.
go. Let's go.
And with River Mist and Flask Wine joining your party, you guys will have control over them in combat. This is where I'm going to call the break. We'll figure out whatever shopping people have to do during the break. We'll resume standard play at 10:02, but I'll be sticking around until I have to grab a drink. So we can figure out the
Right.
shopping.
It is
Sorry,
time
until
to-
on the hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and head down for a quick cigarette. I'll be back in a little bit.
Wait.
Okay, so who wants to do some
Okay.
shopping?
I think it was just Moral that needed it because we've done ours the night before. Haven't we?
Now that we do have a bit of money, did we want potions?
Yes.
Ooh, good shout.
I wouldn't mind one potion of healing myself.
How much are they? I think they were.
I think they're
50
80.
each.
Yeah.
I think they're 80
80,
because
yeah.
everything is expensive here.
Oh, and are you guys going to be taking Wakanga's offer of a dinosaur and carriage? Are you guys taking a canoe out?
Oh, good point. I need to look at does the player's hand up for short?
I'll let you guys decide. That's in.
Alright. Actually, I'm gonna regret this with my internet. May we take a look at the overall map?
The
Chult.
Yep.
Can anybody help me figure out why I cannot hear music since last Strad session?
Did you turn it down?
I don't know.
Do you
It
have
It
the
would
tab
be
muted?
settings.
Shouldn't be. Volume is fine.
Is the
Master
tab
music
muted?
volume level.
Where is it?
Settings, the cog
Settings,
at
the
the top right.
cog.
Yeah,
It's up.
it's max volume.
Have you refreshed the tab?
No, it was the same last time. So
The only other thing I suggest is clearing your cache and cookies on your
Cache.
browser,
yeah,
and then reloading the page completely.
Mm.
Because
I'll be back.
I'm playing music through my player view.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
I can hear it.
I need to reload in anyway because I can't scroll and it's annoying
Yep.
me.
Because of how I've had to set up the stream, I do not have anything popped out today, so I shouldn't have that problem for once.
Yeah.
So okay, we've got the guide, we've got a way of money making, sort of ish short term. We got our accommodation sorted. Survival gear we got.
I think
Do we
I'd.
want- do we
I
wanna
think
ask-
if people want to buy a potion of healing for themselves, they could. Because
Yeah.
that's like, we got 150 each, and that's 80, that's a lot of money. And I want to buy some Tej for when we need to get drunk.
That should be in the special items handout.
Yep. I also want to grab something to eat, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the idea, what was over at Kitcher's Inlet?
That's where that was what the goats told you. The Flaming Fist want to investigate supposed giant activity in that area.
Right, that was giant activity. So our plan of action really, our main two is giant activity, or the Iron Fist was the name? Iron Gauntlet?
Do you mean the Order of the Gauntlet?
Order of the Gauntlet. So basically, our plan of action, do we want to go see giants, or do we want to go see undead? Because that's really the main option that makes us choose the dinosaur or the... Actually, will the boat cost...
You are able to take a canoe up the river to Camp Vengeance, or you're going
Yeah.
to have to sail around.
That's what I was referring to when I
Sail
said
around
boat.
Kitcher's Inlet.
Yeah. Yeah, when I went boat, I meant the canoe.
The canoe will not get you around Chult. You will need to take a ship.
The canoe we've got to buy, whereas the other we're being supplied with.
If memory serves, they said they could supply you with either.
Okay, so it doesn't cost anything.
Mhm.
And we don't know the area details of any of the other places tells us. Like, we don't know the location of Dongrunglung or anything like that.
Nope. The only places that are marked are the ones on the map that Sindra gave you, which is this map.
Find a maze. There was a maze by
Dongrunglung.
Dongrunglung. Help you order. We've got the...
Why aren't you laughing anymore?
Because I am a bit salty at the fact that the beer that I've opened has such a strong taste of lemon. I hate lemon. So I am trying to basically not think about it and take large gulps.
Hey, I hear music. With a nice browser and not suffering.
So we don't know where Dongrunglung is, we don't know where the Heart of Updow is, we don't know where the Lost... That's the only thing we got noted down. So yeah, we've only... Yeah, okay. I was just making sure. So for Manon, did you hear what I was saying before about our two choices?
So the 2 circles, mostly?
Yeah. What do we want to meet? Undead or giants? Is how I can simmer it down.
I'm back.
Level 3, I think undead.
Welcome back, Nia.
Yeah, we were talking a bit after last session.
I've basically simmered it down. Looking at our two options, I've simmered it down to undead
Yeah,
or giant.
Yeah, I think basically we should take that on our way back, because it's like something I said I would do in exchange for the charter, but it's not time sensitive.
Right. So
Whereas the guys at Camp Vengeance might have info.
we're leaning towards that. Is it possible to take the Triceratops carriage to Camp Vengeance, or would we need the canoe?
You could go on for... It will be a lot slower if you take the dinosaur and carriage. Plus, you have to wend your way through the jungle itself. As opposed to the canoe, where you can stay fairly safe from the threats of the land. And by fairly safe, I mean safer than it is to just walk into the jungle.
Yeah. The Triceratops seems like not the safer option, the better option long term.
Right, I'm
And the
back.
coolest.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
However, it's also
Oh.
much slower.
Yeah. Short term, worse option. Long term, better option. But if we're on a time frame, maybe short term's actually better for the sprint.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you guys made up any decisions, but I'm gonna buy myself 1 potion and how much is 1 gallon?
For the Tej,
Yeah.
a 1 gallon costs 2 silver pieces
Nope.
in the city.
I can
is
see
a
that.
gallon?
What is a gallon?
Uh,
How much quantity is it in liters?
Or
I'll
five.
Google it. I'll Google it.
It is 3.78541 liters.
an imperial gallon to a litre is 4.5 litres.
Sorry. Yep, my apologies. I typed in gallon and liters. It gave me US gallon.
See, you guys can't even have the same gallons. What the fudge?
No, don't blame us. Blame the fucking US.
Yeah, an imperial gallon, which as a Brit is what I use, is 4.5 litres.
Yes.
There are a few
4.5.
extra numbers on top of that, but it's 4.5 litres.
Yeah, rounded.
Why the fuck
4.5.
do you heathens have to use litres rather than gallons?
Because metric system easier. Everyone is on accordance of how much 1 liter is.
She has a point.
Yes, but medieval world, of course they're using the medieval system. Why the fuck do
Yeah.
you guys not use gallons?
It's just because it's an American company.
Right, so
I assure you,
Moving
in
on.
the
Yeah.
in the translation versions, the distances, the speeds, and all that, everything is in meters.
Anyway, so do you guys want to help Neb out with what he would have gotten? Neb, for all intents and purposes, you were able to spend like 30 gold on this equipment as part of your previous expedition, but a decent chunk of that went to a signed copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters, so the party now has 2 of those, and to purchasing the Charter of Exploration. So,
Okay, I'm gonna list.
so you had more like 20 gold to spend, and I will be right back to get another Coke.
I'm gonna list a few
Okay,
things
so-
off, and you tell me if you want it or not. Acid, alchemist fire, alchemist supplies, antitoxins.
Antitoxin sounds like a good idea.
So if you want antitoxins, I don't know how much they are because I don't have the PHB open, unfortunately. Ball bearings, any.
Let me get a note. Let me get a notepad.
I believe you already have a bedroll. Yes, you already have a bedroll.
Is it up there?
Just let me know when to start listing them off again.
Antitoxin.
Any container objects like barrels, if you want. Again, only write the ones you want down. I'm just going to list things off that you might find useful. I don't know. Ball bearings, bells.
I have the PHP open if you'd like me to copy and paste the section.
Yeah, I'm looking at the compendium at the moment because they have a few extra stuff. But that would also be very helpful.
Yeah.
Do not blame me for how this comes out in the Discord chat.
Oh god.
Please make sure your messages sort a 2,000 character limit. Oh.
Rip.
I'm back.
Caltrops.
Well,
I could have done it the easier way and just go, there's go the link.
Yeah. Chains, maybe. Chalk.
I'm thinking rope, but is
Yeah.
that perhaps in
Part of the Explorer's Pack.
Kit.
You've got 50 feet. You've got 50 feet in the Explorer's Pack. If you want more, by all means, buy your. I'd say
However,
crowbar.
I'm going to say, how are you going to carry that extra 50 feet of rope?
Yeah.
Because
I'm
normally on a
just
pack
not
it's
gonna
strapped
do
to the
that.
side.
I'd say crowbar, but we've got enough of those in the party already.
Yeah. Well, I want to buy food.
Rations.
you have rations, and I can hunt
Yeah,
for the
you
whole
in
party. It doesn't matter.
the Explorer's
so
Pack,
okay.
you have 10 days worth of rations in your Explorer's Pack.
Well, I want more than that. I'm hungry, okay?
A folding boat.
A what?
A folding boat.
I mean, those are super helpful, but I don't think we have the money for it.
Also,
Glass
how are you going to?
bottles.
Also, again, how are you going to carry it?
Oh, a folding boat. It folds into a tiny box. It's
Okay,
a magical item.
I didn't
Good
realise.
luck purchasing those.
I was not aware it was a magic item. My bad. Oh, yeah, it's a wooden item. My bad. Ignore that. Glass bottles. Grappling hook. Maybe.
A grappling hook might be good.
I'd say hammers, but we've got enough of those. Hempen rope. We've already established.
Does the Explorer's Pack also contain some sort of axe?
It contains a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, 10 torches, 10 days worth of rations, a water skin, and 50 feet of rope.
So I'm going to buy a small axe for wood chopping.
Remember that you've got. Remember, there's a sorcerer. You've generally got stronger members of the party that can do that for you.
Alright, okay, somebody else can do that, I
Don't
guess.
look at
Also,
it.
can I use my
Looks at the ghost.
my hand axes?
Yes.
Chop. Yeah.
I mean,
Alright, well, okay.
and your
that's-
guides seem to be festooned with machetes and hand axes and the like.
Yeah.
Like
All
you're
right,
going
well,
into a
never mind.
jungle, not a forest.
Right, fair enough. Okay.
Manacles, question mark?
No.
A merchant scale.
I do want to buy a gallon of red wine.
We're so
luck with
gonna get
that.
drunk.
I'm sorry, what?
Good luck with that.
Okay, well, I want to buy a bottle of red wine. How
Good
about
luck with that.
Do they
Why?
really not have wine here?
Nope.
God damn
that?
it.
They don't?
The only
Okay,
stuff
well,
they have
never
here
mind.
is Tej.
Which I bought a fuck ton of for us.
Okay,
oil.
so a little bit of a description. What the heck is Tej?
It's basically the local equivalent of ale. It's made out of honey. And
Hard to
I
know.
can dig that. I can dig
is,
that.
Tej is an amber-coloured fermented drink made from honey. It's more common and popular in Chult than beer or ale.
Hydromel.
Because of course you'd be the one to save that description.
I just literally
We have
opened
a
up.
handout.
yeah,
No. He saved it. Don't ruin this for me.
Hobbit, stop fueling my addiction.
Never.
Right. Okay. So antitoxin, grappling hook. I'm gonna add 1 healing potion.
How much were they again? 80 each.
potion of healing, yes.
I'll buy 2.
Okay. As you complete your purchase from Wakonga's person, by the way, Meryl, since everyone seems to be back, I'm going to hop back into the session. We're still doing the working out. Feel free to message back and forward on Discord. A half-elf woman you recognise taps you on the shoulder and says, "Would you mind coming over to the side so we can have a talk?"
Of course, my lady. Anything you desire. I head on over.
And she steps away from the rest of the group with you and says, "Look, I don't have much more on what we talked about, but actually, as she's moving away, I'm going to switch channels with Umbra, and I'm going to drag him into the DM channel."
Oh, okay. I get this.
You get special treatment.
Spinners!
So you guys can still talk about the shopping you need to do. I'll be back shortly.
Okay.
I don't have much more on what we talked about Artus Simba. We know that he's on Chult. He was seen here in Port Nyanzara a few weeks back. He left the city with his companion, Dragonbait. You also know that she's got a pseudo dragon.
Hello, little guy.
Apparently, Dragonbait doesn't talk much and smells kind of funny, but they were last seen heading into the jungle. The reason I approached...
Dragon bait.
Yep.
Companion. Okay, sorry.
The reason I've spoken to you here, rather than just passing you a message about this, I've been hearing reports from some of our contacts here in the city about some red wizards apparently active in the Ordani Basin. If you happen to head past Camp Vengeance and Camp Right, just keep your eyes out. If the red wizards of Fae are active, they're probably looking for him as well.
Of Fae, was that?
Red wizards of Fae, yes. It's just a rumour, but we've been hearing that they've got a secret base somewhere out in the Ordani Basin. They're going to be looking for the ring, and we need it recovered to the Harpers.
Base. So a secret base by where?
In the Ordani Basin. She said that if you happen to head past Camp Righteous and Camp Vengeance, keep your eyes out.
Base. Okay.
It's
a good job that that's where we're heading next, then.
Anytime that she mentions that, when she mentions that the ring needs to be returned to the Harpers, you get a sense, you guess from the pseudo dragon that he's not comfortable with this. He thinks it's a really dangerous thing to do. But you also kind of get the impression he's given up trying to talk sense into her.
The pseudo dragon is.
Yes.
I give a smile to the pseudo dragon, and then just turn back to her with the same smile. Nod, of course. So, if I have this right, the Red Wizards of They should check around the Camp Vengeance and let me get Camp Righteous.
Somewhere out in the basin there, I'm sure that the Tabaxi, if you ask about the Ordani Basin, will be able to tell you what's going on.
And these wizards are wanting to find the ring.
That is our belief, yes. That's about the only reason we can think they've come here. Unless they happen to be after the cause of the death guys, which I doubt.
Do you have any information on the Red Wizards themselves? Any weaknesses I can pry out of them?
Look, this is what we have for the Red Wizards, and it's not much. And she basically says, you know, they made their base somewhere in the Forgotten Realms, it was cleared recently by a different party of adventurers. Well, they were forced out of their secret base, something called the Doom Vault, fairly recently, and it was found they've been experimenting with undead and such. I have to think they're after the ring, but there's a chance they're after whatever the hell is causing this death curse, and if they get hold of that, then, well, stop them.
Oh, most definitely. They seem like they will be most definitely in my way.
Apart from that, whether you bring Artus back dead or alive at the end of this doesn't matter, but if you persuade him to travel with you, it'll make life a lot easier. You don't necessarily have to kill him so long as the ring's returned somehow. He's broken contact with the Harpers, and we haven't heard from him since he arrived here in Chult.
I intend to try and find a diplomatic solution to this. You know how I usually work. But I will be prepared to do the right thing if he unfortunately refuses to comply.
Have you told your companions?
About this? Not yet. About the fact that where my allegiance lies, yes.
Okay. I wish you hadn't, but oh well. Try not to tell them about... Oh. Feel free to tell them you're looking for Artus. Don't tell about the ring until you absolutely have to. If you think you're going to run into him, then tell them and try and convince them that we need that ring. He said that he can control it, but I don't believe him. And you just get a sense of disgust from the pseudo dragon. He said that he can control it, but an artifact that powerful, can you really control it for that long?
I presume this would be a very bad idea for me to even use his desperate measures.
Correct. Everything we know about the ring says that you should not, under any circumstances, put it on.
Noted. I sort of looked to the pseudo-dragon. What's his name, by the way?
Fuck, now I've got to find her stuff again.
Hmm?
One moment. Summerwise.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Summerwise.
You get a fairly happy sense through the telepathic link.
Is there any more information that would do me any more justice?
That's pretty much all we have. I'm sorry for having to talk to you in a situation like this. I know you don't like to be exposed.
It is quite alright. I trust these individuals somewhat. They seem to all have a decent enough connection, and those that don't seem to be easily swayed by money.
Acknowledged. Good luck out there. Remember, Artus is a secondary priority. Death curse first, then deal with him. If he helps you deal with the death curse, then all the better.
Indeed. I hope he will.
All other Harper priorities have been rescinded, since you appear to be our main operative on Chult for this.
I'm not sure if that's a blessing or a curse in some circumstances, but it is healthy information to know regardless.
Work with anyone you need to, even if it's the Zents. So long as you can end this, curse, we don't care who you work with.
I'll try and stain my tongue if it's for the better good.
All priorities and instructions have been rescinded by Harper Command. Good luck out there. And she turns and heads away.
I give a nod and leave her to it. I head back.
And you see the pseudo dragon flying after her. Okay, and feel free to move yourself back.
Yep.
I mean, in all fairness, if you do go for a jeweler's kit, you should have some.
Sense.
If you go for a jeweler's kit, Hobbit's character from Curse of Strahd is going to kidnap you.
Pretty much. I mean, just the second is this character's second name.
I I would have wanted a jeweler's kit to be able to polish my orb.
That's fair. And Umbra's back. Apologies
Nobody
about
made the
that.
joke I made.
Oh
I
no, we
caught
don't
it.
even need to say it.
Anyway, so Meryl heads back over and joins the rest of the group. Have you guys figured out the shopping you guys need to do?
How much is a compass? We couldn't find it anywhere.
Wait, it should be.
It's-
Apparently, if the D&D wiki is to be believed, and let me check my copy of the PHB, but if the D&D wiki is to be believed, it's 100 gold.
So
What?
Surely.
you're buying that, yeah?
Let me double check my PHB and my DMG for this, because
It
that seems
cannot be
excessive.
I can't find it in the PHB.
It's not on the PHB.
Nope.
Let me check the DMG, because 100 gold seems excessive, but that's what the D&D wiki says, and we all know how unreliable the D&D wiki is. Compassion, compasses, compassion, compass. There is no compass item in the DMG.
Wow.
Well, then just make something up.
Yep.
I mean, realistically, it's not going to be 100 gold. What the fuck? D&D
Not
wiki?
really, no.
It's probably about 2 gold.
Jesus.
See, if it was on the Pathfinder, it's only 10 gold.
Yeah, it's
But
probably
this is
about 2
5e.
gold.
Okay.
Somebody dropped out
Misclick.
and came back. Well, shame on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as you guys are still debating over exactly what you need to buy, your companion rejoins you.
Right, okay, so, grappling hook. I'm buying also a potion of healing. We are getting a compass. I am gonna have to get a tent on my own. And
Some might say that's a blessing with our group.
Umbra,
yeah.
you still didn't tell me what Meryl's problem is.
He doesn't have a problem, it's just very intimidating.
Oh,
He's like-
would you like to have the tent to yourself in that case?
I can manage wherever, but it doesn't prevent. Never mind.
I didn't ask if you needed, I asked if you wanted.
Agron.
I kind of want to reintroduce you guys to Volo just to scar Neb.
To who?
Volo, the
Volo.
author of Volo's Guide to Monsters.
It's
Okay.
delightful.
What did I refer to him as? Volothamp Lockhart.
So,
No,
how
don't
goes
want
the
to make
shopping escapades?
Hey, it's going slowly. I can't find a jeweler's kit anywhere.
Why do you want a jeweler's kit? We're going into the desert.
You see this thing on my hand?
Did you say desert?
Jungle. I don't know why I said desert.
On campaign.
Yeah.
You see that? You see this thing on my hand? This gauntlet.
Do indeed. I was going to ask, but the opportunity to ask hadn't arose.
Jeweler's kit is 25 gold, by the way.
Yeah, I want to
It's in
see
the
if
PHP.
Baller. Yeah, I want to see if Baller allows me to find one first.
I mean, you can purchase it in the market. Such a thing is there. Pretty much any.
Can I make-
This is a major city. This is a major trading hub city. Yes, there is a jeweler's kit.
They just
Damn it.
don't do wine.
Yeah.
The only
Do I have
alcohol
to
you
make
can
a
buy in the
perception
city-
roll?
No, you can find a store selling the jeweler's kit really easily.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna roleplay that I haven't found it yet, just for the sake of the conversation.
Yeah.
This. Carry on.
I was just going to repeat what I said, just to continue. I was going to ask about the opportunity.
Am I the one lagging?
No, it's Umbra.
No.
Oh, God.
Blame Umbra.
Just
Always.
go. I can hear you fine.
All right, cool. Yeah, this orb on my hand here, it's my focus. It's what makes me actually useful to the group. I kind of love it.
Very different from what I've experienced in the past. Intriguing.
Oh, have you experienced a lot of orbs then?
For fuck's sake, Mia!
Is this just because I spend a lot of time around?
Perhaps. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that most magic wielders you come across aren't really prone to just tossing their spells around like nothing.
Very true. They are under much more courteous or controlled circumstances. It's not very wise to throw spells around in a court, after all.
I could have imagined as much. And with that, I lower my hand. I nod in Mariel's direction, in his general direction, as a, yeah, that's how it is. And then I head off and see if I can find that jeweler's kit. And I find it, and it's 25.
Yep.
Right, that puts me at 109 gold.
Can I try bartering for the potion of healing that I want to buy?
No.
Worth a try.
Wakonga told you last night that it's basically, if you want to buy a potion of healing, it's his prices or you go without. He has an utter monopoly on such a thing within the city.
Okay.
Is there anything useful that we would need for party benefits that costs 50 GP? I'll take
Canoe?
that as an outstanding no.
Yes, I need 50 GP for something if you'd like to hand it over.
Oh, please, enlighten me as what you need it for.
Just me. You said if it would benefit me.
Ah, the party is what I said, but
And then I could spend it on the party and myself. I'm part of the party.
A canoe costs 50 GP.
we are able to acquire that instead of the
True.
Triceratops.
What did we decide in the end?
I believe the Camp Vengeance and Camp Righteous, because that seems to be a bit more time constrained than Kitcher's Inlet. Basically,
And then what did we decide how we get in there?
Canoe for speed, and then we'll have to see what we can do once we're there.
Okey-dokey. So we need to buy the canoe then, if we're getting the canoe for speed.
No, we can get it as an alternative offered
Okay.
to us. Thankfully. Right. Is that everything then?
I'm gonna go ahead and buy
Everything.
yes, of course, one bottle of Tej to drink right away.
Okay.
You generally get them by the mug or by the glass, not really by the bottle.
Okay, so I buy a mug.
Okay.
How much is
Oh,
that?
So you don't start off drunk.
Not really. I just want something to drink. How much is it?
Hopefully someone has the
Either hand out
nectar.
a mug costs 4 copper.
Or copper. So that puts that at there, and that puts. Okay.
buy playing cards, sir.
So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that 10 copper is 1 silver, and 10 silver is 1 gold.
Yes.
Oh, wait. Copper.
Don't
silver.
worry about the electrum.
Okay.
Ignore the electrum,
Electrum doesn't exist.
except in Strad.
Yeah, and I will auto convert any electrum that comes up.
Electrum is like 5 silver, half a gold.
Yep.
It's kind of breaking up the
Actually-
neat system.
there is one thing we could do, but I don't know if I can really be asked with it. I
What is
could
it?
buy myself a set of calligrapher's supplies, and I could start mapping a charted area.
Takes way too long. We're time
Probably.
constrained.
Yeah.
We're a little bit short on time.
you
You
guys
can do
are-
your
you
little
guys are-
drawing session later on, buddy.
You guys are gonna need to make camp every day.
Yeah,
You have tents.
I have
yeah, but
purchased a tent.
meaning we'll have like a little bit of time where he can map out
Yeah.
where we've been.
Oh, but I'd have to do things by memory in that case, and things could be inaccurate because I'm not an outlander that can remember.
Calligraphy takes hours to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it as best as you can.
I
Take
can
notes
help.
as we. She can help.
It's up to you guys. It's 10 GP for calligrapher's supplies.
Having an accurate map would be helpful.
Right? I'll do it then.
I suppose we could sell those parts when we get back.
Buying some calligrapher's supplies.
Okay.
Do the
All
white
of the
squares start
shopping.
disappearing as we go?
Uh,
Or do they just they're gonna be there permanently?
I will be removing them as you go.
Ooh, as you
As I draw out the map?
draw out the map, they can disappear.
Not bad.
And then he's
I
gonna
now
make
have-
changes to the inaccurate ones.
I now have all of my tool proficiencies. I actually have the tool, except for one, which is the viol.
Oh, here's a fun fact for the day. I'm proficient with water vehicles like canoes. Hopefully.
Ooh,
That is handy because I'm not. I'm proficient with land vehicles. So
Well, we're gold bases covered now, aren't we? And wouldn't you know, I'm proficient in air vehicle. No, I'm not. I can
That's
pretend.
quick
You wish.
transportation.
I'm
Don't mind what
proficient in
I'm
air
doing
vehi-
out in the Bay of Chult.
I'm proficient in air vehicles in which I just
I
go.
noticed.
There's no halflings to throw in this campaign.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
I'll be using
proficient
those
in
2 party
this.
tokens to track where you guys are.
Okay.
Why two?
Basically, in case you get lost, because yes, I know rangers have the feature that means they don't get lost, but you're a jungle, not a forest. This is Chult, so yes, you do get lost.
really?
Which is why we wanted to buy a compass.
And guides.
In terms of getting lost, it's more of a which square are you in lost rather than you guys get completely lost, have no idea where you are. It's you guys have a random chance of not quite going where you thought you were.
Okay.
Which, if you're traveling with a guide, basically they'll be making the survival checks for you. So you should be okay. But if your guides die...
At the end, when we want to steal back all the stuff that we meant to be paying.
Survival plus 6 on River Mist. And same on Flask of Wine.
I'm pretty sure the
Okay.
guides have advantage. I am about 90% certain that the guides have advantage.
If it's the case, it's not on the list, but
It's part of the navigation rather than on their character sheet.
okay, yeah.
And it also kind of depends on what pace you guys set. Yeah, and the party can switch its navigator day to day.
Right.
It's more of a, if you're checked to become lost at sea, you know exactly where the party is on the map of Chult throughout the day. If the check fails, you guys have a random chance of going off into the wrong tile.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Which is kind of hard when you're on a river, so have fun with that.
Right.
We start sailing on land.
Glitch it out.
It's getting harder to row. I don't know why.
Okay, so you guys are heading out of Port Nyanzaru. Well, you guys will be heading out of Port Nyanzaru via canoe, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. As you guys head down to the docks in the market district, someone else actually approaches you guys in addition to the woman that pulled Meryl to the side. Appears to be a half-orc priest. And she approaches you as you guys are setting up your canoe to go into the water and says, "Please, are you heading in the direction of Camp Vengeance? I need to head out there as soon as possible."
Canoe only fits 7 people.
Do I need to edit it to say 8? I will totally edit it to say 8.
Okay.
Basically, it's kind of hammer space, kind of I don't want to screw you guys over, so it will fit exactly how many people you need to fit into it, basically.
It's X people.
Okay.
We're
It's a
X.
magic canoe.
Here's the thing. I asked her, so, what is it really that you have? What kind of business do you have there?
Who are you?
I'm Undril Silvertusk, priest of the Order of the Gauntlet. I intended just to take a horse and ride down to Camp Vengeance, but apparently that's not possible in this land.
Is she a priest of the Gauntlet?
She is not. Well, she's a priest. She's a priest from the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah, that's...
Yes, sorry. And I need to get to Camp Vengeance. My superiors in the Order of the Gauntlet ordered me to deliver a packet of dispatches to the commander at Camp Vengeance, but apparently that's not possible.
Seem to be telling the truth of the inside, right?
I
So-
guess.
I go ahead and I look at the rest of the party, and I kind of like give them a look like, is it okay if I do this?
I mean, she
Yeah.
seems to be... Oh, is it she, he?
He. Actually, no, it's a she. My apologies, I've been fucking up the voice.
If you do what?
And,
She-
are any of you proficient in religion?
Nope.
No.
Well,
I think.
I'm gonna guess Agron is.
Angron, can you make me a religion check, please?
No, I'm not proficient in it.
Can you, as a cleric, can you make me a religion check anyway?
They don't know I'm a cleric.
I mean,
She seems to be wearing the symbol of Torm, as a holy symbol around her neck.
I'm gonna
It's a rather well known god in the Forgotten Realms, so
Yes.
most of us would be familiar with it.
Torm, known as the True and the Loyal Fury, portfolio consists of duty, loyalty, and righteousness. Symbol is a right-hand gauntlet held upright with palm forward.
when Moral, turns to us, I'll just go back, by all means, but she does indeed seem to be telling the truth, and we could use the extra assistance.
I go ahead and alright, so we have the space, we could use the assistance. I turn to this priest and I go like, right, miss, we're a little bit on a time constraint. You can come along, but make yourself useful. I make a persuasion roll.
You're a dick.
Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and do like this.
I mean, generally, I will tell you when to make a roll. You don't just decide to make a roll.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because DM will tell you whether you can actually accomplish anything with the roll, otherwise you just end up with situations where you say, oh yeah, I'm just going to roll for an artifact to fall out of the sky in Nat 20. No.
Fair enough.
Oh, can we do that on your roll?
It's
No.
fair enough.
Nat 20s are only automatic successes on saving throws and on attack rolls.
Damn.
Fair enough. It's a little bit different from how I'm used to be playing it, but alright, I'll do it like that in the future.
Yeah, I'll ask for a roll if you need to make one.
Gotcha.
Because she's looking for people to take her anyway. She literally told you
Yeah,
guys, oh yeah, I need to head to Camp Vengeance, so you go in that way.
I
Mhm.
think
I-
the exception to that is insight checks, which pretend to just say I insight check that.
Yeah. It's suspicious.
Right.
but-
So,
so-
anyways, I still tell her that okay, you can come with us, but make yourself useful.
That's fine. No, I'm quite handy when it needs to be. I've got a little bit of divine magic, as I see another party member has, so we should be in good hands.
Fair enough. Hop on.
Yeah, she joins you
I'll
in the canoe.
help her onto the canoe.
Carefully.
You do.
Hop
Yeah.
on carefully.
Yeah, and you guys head onto your canoe and you begin your travel.
I am
Since you
not
guys,
rowing.
until you get into the jungle, it'll be okay. You guys can get to about there today, so you'll be able to camp on the shore about here-ish.
I'll be paying attention to how it's Agron, right, that has the proficiency
Yes.
in water vehicles. I'm gonna be paying close attention on how he does that. Slowly trying to learn.
Okay.
Actually, how long is it going to be us traveling through that day?
It's gonna be the rest of the day.
Can I sleep
Oh
now?
my gosh,
What,
I wish my character bought a deck of cards.
To do a watch at night.
Yeah.
Don't worry, someone else has a deck of cards. They were
Yeah,
playing
okay,
the ship
I
when they arrive.
I steal it, and I start playing with it.
You don't have to steal it, you can just ask me.
But asking is boring.
Alright. Go and try steal them.
Yeah, sleight of hand check opposed by perception if you want to try and find. And again, normally I don't allow checks against the party.
Okay, I'm not even gonna roll, but because
No, try.
Okay. Let's see. I can't roll higher than that.
Oh, is your bonus less than 4?
Yes.
Oh.
I think
you saw.
even I notice you.
Yeah, even the passive
you-
perception notices this.
You saw what I was doing even before I started doing it.
I just look at you. You could have just asked for them. I'll
But
take
that's-
them out. Hand them to you.
Thank you. So I start playing with the cards. I start by trying to build like a card house.
On a
On the
canoe.
canoe.
On a canoe.
Hey, I like a challenge. What can I say?
Make a dexterity check.
I swear to God.
He's not 20 this.
Alright, let's see. I'll just do like this. I roll a 3. Natural 1 plus 2.
Oh,
God damn.
You lose about 5 cards overboard.
You asshole!
I'll get you a new one, okay?
You better.
Does anyone else have a deck of cards?
I don't.
Nope.
That was the only deck of cards.
I'll keep
No,
I'll
I'm
keep
assuming
building
you
houses.
guys. I'm assuming you guys have an argument about this.
I'm not happy. He said he'd buy me some more, but it's a case of, alright, if we can get some more at camp, by all means. But you owe me.
The priest taps you on the shoulder after about 5 minutes or so of you arguing about this and just hands you a deck of cards.
I'll promise not
You-
to build hard houses with it.
You lose any of my cards and it'll be you going overboard.
I like this one.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
gonna s-
whatever.
I'll settle down and start making cozy and going to sleep for the day.
I can't believe I rolled a 1 on that.
Okay. So, you guys spend the rest of the day travelling down the coast, and eventually evening comes, and River Mist and Flight of Wine lead you up onto the shoreline. I'm on the DM map, so you can't see where I was measuring.
Please tell me we go on the right. If we're going down, please tell me we go on the west shore
Yes.
to sleep, not on the not on the side that's marked with undead territory.
Yes,
I mean,
let's
you
stay
guys-
very far away from that.
You guys can see where I'm measuring.
yeah.
That's the side where you make camp.
My measuring tool's fucked up. It's like really big.
That's what
All I
she
see
said.
is a bunch of arrows all over. Oh, fuck off. Anyways, okay, we make camp. Thank you.
Yeah. And Meryl, was you sleeping during the day? Basically, you're going to take watch overnight.
Yes.
Okay. So, you guys bed down for the night, and Meryl takes watch, and nothing interesting seems to happen.
Excellent.
I need to update how many days have passed, which will mean I need to update some HPs.
Some? Just some?
Just some.
Most, if not all.
Just an amount.
Just a Serac goes down 1 HP.
Yeah.
Sure.
You wish. You wish.
Or
just-
up 25.
We'll just wait it out.
Your first day out of camp, nothing. Well, you rise the next day. There's a decent amount of rain, but it looks like today it's not going to storm. So I'm assuming you guys are continuing your expedition.
Yeah,
Yes.
putting on some insect repellent before going.
Oh, yeah, good
Ah,
point.
that sounds like a good idea.
I do not have any, so I'm going to have to... I think one person holds them all.
I've got them all.
Right.
I
So-
put that I had enough for 20 applications in my thingy. It puts me to 19.
Okay. So
Okay,
What
so
do you need to do?
somebody had all of them?
Yeah,
I
I've
heard-
got 100 applications worth.
Okay. Mind if I grab one of those?
Yeah, was just gonna mark them off for each of us each day, as it lasts for 24 hours.
Alright.
okay. So you guys getting underway then?
Did somebody use their own?
Yeah, I'll just assume I grabbed one of the thingies.
Okay.
You know, in case we get separated.
So you guys get back onto your canoe in the morning, having rested up under the watch of your friendly companion Meryl, and as you continue down the river, we'll be reaching the jungle edge fairly shortly. Be on the lookout. We may get attacked from the shoreline by some tribesmen that somehow managed to survive out here. That or maybe some dinosaurs are going to try and test their luck with the water.
Fair enough. I'm ready for that.
As you guys reach the edge of the jungle tree line, and I'm sorry they didn't have a map prepared in advance for this, I've done my best. Spears come flying from the edge of the bank, which is where they're lined up, and you see what looks like a small group of tribesmen on each shore are tossing spears at you. The river's not that wide at this point; it's only about 50 feet ish across. No, actually, that's actually a pretty wide river.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, initiative, I
Yep.
guess?
Can I get everyone to please roll me initiative?
Let's see, how is that? It was,
Oh, that is not good.
I love random
And I
encounters.
have a -1 to that.
I mean, they got even worse, so it's fine.
Sorry, I
Uh,
cannot
question to
select
you, by the
my
way, Bello. I just realised that you don't hear pings on Discord.
My apologies.
shoot.
Correct.
I'll roll for the guides.
Okay. Remember, guys, before you roll initiative, click on your token so that it actually
Yeah.
gets added to the turn order. Where is the go to?
I was in the measuring. What the? I roll with advantage. I mean,
Okay, let's see.
Did you actually use the mercy?
no, I didn't, but I checked the new feed.
Trying to. Okay, let's see. How do I do this? I'm not used to
You
roll
with the
20.
cursor tool, click your token, so you got like 3
Oh,
bubbles.
yeah, that's
above
with
your head.
advantage. Yeah.
And then would go into your sheet and click initiative, like you did before.
Right.
Apparently, I'm rolling initiative like shit. So, I used all of my luck on that dinosaur racing, so maybe someone else. Jaeger's flask of wine and river mist.
I can Jaeger them. I can Jaeger one of them.
Okay. And I need to do the. I know that she has the same token as Father Lucian from Strahd, but welcome to standardized priest tokens.
He says he'll Jaeger one of them as he DC.
Okay. At the top of the round, it's actually the priest first, followed by Merrill, Flask of Wine, Moral, River Mist, Mercy, Agron, Lagota, the tribesman. And the priest is just going to start off by casting Guiding Bolt on one of the tribesmen.
Wow, I like this priest.
And rolls a natural 1.
I don't like this priest.
Okay. No, they can't roll a natural 1 on that. Roll 20. Fucking hate.
I think I didn't see any roll.
Is Umbra lagging for everyone,
Yes.
or is it me?
Yes.
Uh,
As usual.
well, the priest casts Guiding Bolt and misses.
Wow.
Merrill. Umbra is DC'd.
Oh.
Umbra plus.
Umbra plus.
Okay, I'll skip him for now and come back to him when he reconnects. Flask of Wine.
Who controls Flask of Wine?
I mean, I can do it if you want.
Please.
If it can open. Roll. Everything is lagging for me. It's annoying.
Weird.
I'll go for the short bow, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing it? Okay.
I can.
Nope. That's a miss.
Jeez.
Welcome back, Umbra.
And you kind
And multi-attack, so again?
Yep. That's a hit. Which one were you aiming at? Also, damage, please.
Why am I not getting the notifications?
It's rolling to
I
me.
don't know. Yeah, what? Why does?
Oh, okay.
Which one were you...
Which one is Flask of Wine?
Flask of Wine is the white
so
one.
This one, please.
Okay. Yep. You see the first shot miss. It seems like the Tabaxi weren't quite expecting to be attacked, and the second shot goes flying across and strikes the tribesman in the upper arm. You see a shower of blood, but he's not down yet. Next, Umbra, I skipped you while you were DC'd, so Merrill.
I am just going to the hand darts towards the belt and throw a dart at whichever one has taken the most punishment.
So the one that Flask of Wine just shot.
Yeah, which I'd love to roll, but the character she's taking ages to load up.
I don't know why it's so laggy, because it's fine for me. That's a hit. Damage, please. Okay. He looks bloodied. Moral.
Right. How far away are the ones in the right column?
They should all be 20 feet.
God damn it. Right.
Yes, 20 feet.
Gotcha. Alright.
And you guys are moving this way at a decent pace.
Yes.
I just realised I could have got us. I could have got us out of this non-lethally.
Yeah, may I have been next to Agron, given that I was paying attention to the rowing and all that?
Well, let me swap people around.
Thank you.
Alright, that makes it a whole lot different, thank you. No, I mean, that makes it a whole lot different because I was gonna plan to use Burning Hand, but they're too far away anyway. And if I'm in that kind of position, I'm not gonna be using Burning Hand.
I can swap with you if you want on my turn. I'm more than willing to swap for you.
Alright, well, in the meantime...
Like, you
So
guys
you
can
could-
order yourselves around basically however you wish. This is just me setting it up.
In the meantime, at least, I go for... How do I ping?
Long click.
Long click.
I go for that one.
Wait, is Burning Hands 20 feet?
Yeah.
Just swap places
I
with me.
think.
I don't use burning hands because it's 15 feet.
Oh.
But I do use that.
That hits. Which one were you aiming at? The closest one. Damage, please. Click the name where you just rolled it in the chat under the 22. Okay. He looks like he's bloodied and heavily injured. River Mist.
I suppose River Mist. I guess I'll Jaeger River Mist then. Just gonna go for same thing as the other, just short
Yep. Which one at?
bow.
Oh.
The closest one. Just the closest, the one straight across.
Oh.
Oh. How do I roll the damage on it?
I think it says attack. Yes.
And
Oh, ow.
Oh yeah, by the way, I
Are
have
you
a
following
plus
up with
one.
multi-attack? And so what's
yeah,
that?
Follow, I have a
Cool.
+1 on my damage rolls for fire because I'm brass type
Noted.
draconic.
Noted.
yeah, misses
Gotcha.
anyway.
Misses.
Multi-attack misses.
Okay. Mercy.
Right.
3 of them look bloody, very heavily injured.
This one doesn't look as bloody as the others.
This one might be on 3 HP, the others might be on 1 HP.
Alright. I'll go for this one with advantage because he hasn't gotten his turn yet.
They actually acted in the
my
surprise round.
Oh, they did. So I'll go for this one anyway. With my longbow. Oh, just once. Sorry.
Damage, please.
Sure.
This is going to be the first kill of the
That-
campaign. Yep.
And oh, yeah, I had more damage, but doesn't matter.
Yep. And your shot goes flying across and takes him straight in the heart, and you actually pin him to a tree behind him. Agron.
For one of the ones which are bloodied, will it be your choice?
Rip Umber again. Okay.
I'm still here, it's fine.
You've DC'd from roll 20.
Oh.
No? Why is it not working? Has it pinged anything for you guys?
No.
No.
Hasn't pinged
Well, that's
anything
3
yet.
times I've clicked the spell.
What
Oh,
spell are you
damn
trying to pick? It's you need to tell it which level to cast at.
It hasn't come up with the box like it normally does.
What spell?
The Sacred Flames.
It's a deck
Oh,
save.
it's a thingy, isn't it? Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sacred Flames. It's a deck,
Deck save.
not a roll to hit thing.
That's how you ping it. And deck save on one of the ones that's injured. I mean, he's
Yeah.
dead anyway.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether he makes or fails to save, he's dead.
It matters because if he fails, he takes 0 damage
Oh,
because
true.
that's a cantrip.
I forget that feature of cantrips. He fails.
Wait, what?
Cantrips deal 0 damage if the save against them. If you manage to save against them.
For the cantrips that have saves,
Yes.
Right.
the ones where you make
There
the
you go.
attack is not a
Hmm.
problem.
No, it's working.
Yeah. It's because you were trying to click on it as you popped it out.
No, I tried before I opened it after to check
Ah.
that it was the DC save thingy.
Anyway. Yeah, he's dead. And that brings it round to Lagota.
Yeah, I'm not throwing one of my 2 hand axes at them because I will never see it again. So I'm grabbing the oars and trying to roll faster to get us some speed
Okay.
because that is literally the only thing I can do.
Okay. And it rolls around to their turn. I'm going to give them a collective wisdom save. Oh boy. Aw. Okay. The one that's still heavily injured but not dead is just going to retreat. As this is going next to him also retreats and runs away. The others on their turn all throwing spears at you guys. Miss, miss, miss,
Oh,
miss.
wait.
That one hits River Mist, and one towards you, Angron, misses. Because your AC is not 10, whatever your token's trying to tell me. River Mist takes 2 points of piercing damage from the thrown spear.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Ooh.
And
I was
top
really
of the
hoping one of
round,
those spears was going to hit me.
top of the round with the goat's help, you guys move 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You guys move all the way up there. On her turn, the priest is just going to... She's going to try Guiding Bolt again at the closest warrior. And... well, she kills him.
Sweet.
Meryl?
Since we seem to be going quite rapid now, let me just see what the 15 foot.
Darts are 20, 60.
I'm not thinking about throwing darts.
Okay.
Cards float, right?
I
Are
think they
you
do.
destroying your deck or the priest deck?
It'll be mine. Mine's already partly damaged.
What are you thinking?
Casting darkness on a card, planting it on behind, and leaving a smoke screen as we get away.
Oh god. I mean, yeah. It'll
I'll
be
do
partially
that.
flowing with you, but I'll allow it. If are you guys just basically gonna sail away and not really fight this more?
They're
Oh,
running
come
away.
on.
They're running away. And
Mercy's
what?
fixed.
I want to do this. I've been aching to set things on fire.
Ah, there'll be other times. Darkness. Only one single card. Have it cooked, floating on the water.
Okay. And a sphere of
15-foot radius.
yes. Give me a moment. I need to go to the dynamic lighting layer. I know what I'm doing. And draw shape. Black, because fun. 15-foot radius, so 30 feet. Right?
Diameter, yeah.
Yes. Okay. That was 20 either side. 10, 15, 30, and then let me turn on dynamic lighting. Because guess who forgot to turn it on this page?
I mean, there wasn't really much of it.
And you cast magic missile at the darkness. No, I'm kidding. The darkness appears behind you.
Let's go. Mush.
It's my turn, and I cast magic missile.
You guys can't see any of the remaining combatants, nor can they see you.
Okay.
Anyone doing anything as you guys sail away?
You can fire into the darkness and hope you hit.
Is it disadvantage?
Yeah.
I'll save my spell slots, thank you very much.
Okay. Anyone else doing anything, or you just going?
Well, I could use thaumaturgy, raise my voice and yell, "And don't come back!"
Fair.
I'm just rowing.
Okay. Yeah. You guys sail on out. I'll move you back over to the map.
I'm going to start taking a rest and go back into a moment of meditation.
Yeah. And you guys continue your journey down the river. Can I ask how you guys are... Oh yeah, no, you've got a ranger supplying you with water.
Yep.
Come again?
We have a ranger.
Yeah, I was going to say, how are you guys getting water? And then like, wait, no, ranger feature. Okay, as you guys continue on your journey for the rest of the day and pull up onto the shore at the end of the day to again make camp. Haven't travelled particularly far, but well, you've managed to travel 2 squares because you've been sailing it on a canoe, which is better than you would on foot, trust me.
How long have we been traveling?
This is your... well, it's the end of the day. When you guys make camp, it'll be the end of the second day out of Port Nyanzara, the first day being yesterday.
Yeah, I'll I won't
gonna
sleep
go
in the day this
ahead.
time around.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess that we automatically use our rations.
You have a ranger helping you find food.
No. Yeah. I should
She can
be able
she
to
can
find
basically
enough.
yeah, she should be able to find enough for everyone.
No, I mean, like, do we use our rations automatically? Like, do we...
Nope.
Okay.
Therefore,
I...
in case of emergency, like if we end up in caves or stuff like
or
that.
if
I
Mercy
die.
dies. When?
Gotcha,
When,
gotcha.
not if.
Yeah, of course. When I die.
Anyway, so you guys pull up on shore to make camp, and you settle down for a leisurely dinner, which your ranger, I'm assuming, helps you make.
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Reluctant.
Did you say
As she does
reluctantly?
anything else. Sorry?
You said reluctantly, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sigh.
I can help cook, but I'm not
Me
proficient
too.
in it,
Me
but
too.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh dear.
I'll get the meat.
No.
I don't care what happens to it afterward.
Are you guys... I'm assuming you guys make a campfire, right?
Yeah, I make a campfire.
For warmth, yeah.
I mean, you don't really need it. It's been raining on and off, but you are able to find enough dry wood somehow to make a campfire.
Even
Also-
then, I just keep scorching it until it actually does burn.
Yeah, also we kind of need it for cooking.
Yeah, so I make a campfire.
Yeah.
Fair.
We'll put it out through the night though.
Can I ask what watch orders are going to be if you said that Meryl's not sleeping during the day today?
I'll
I-
progress taking the last watch.
I'd like to take either the first one or the last one because this armor is a pain to put on and off.
I can take any watch.
Yeah, I'll
You can
disable
take the
armor
first
thing.
one, I'll take the second watch.
If I'm to take a watch, I'd rather take the last watch because I'm going to be shattered after not sleeping through the night and the day.
I'll take third.
I'll take first then.
Okay.
How many
Check.
do we need to take?
4?
Yes. Because a long rest is 8 hours. As part of a long rest, you can take watch for 2 hours.
Oh, so Agron, do you want to take it or do you want me to take last watch?
If you need to sleep, I'll take it.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, same. I'd rather do because armor issues.
I mean, in honesty, yeah, that's a thing I can get away with. I don't wear armor, so I'm ready and prepared to fight from immediately waking up.
So I'll take first watch.
I'll do
Agron
last
takes last one, and Mercy and
Moral.
Moral. Thank you. Take the other two.
Okay. Can I get a perception? So who was it on first watch? Is you go
Me.
bed down? Okay. Look, can I get a perception check, please?
It's a +3. That's an 18.
Okay. With most of you guys in your tent, bedding
Oh,
down for the night.
Point. I just want to make. I want to. Before I go to sleep, put dark vision onto Agron.
How long does it last?
8 hours is not concentration.
So basically, he'll have it for his watch. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are mostly bedded down for the night, and I'm going to restore his HP. Lagota, as you're sat, just keep an eye out. You hear a rustling at the edge of the tree line, to your southeast.
Alright. I grab my sword and shield, like at the ready, and get up. But I don't like sound alert already because like I would look stupid if it's just an adult
rabbit.
rabbit.
Yep.
And I try to see what it is.
Okay. Can you make me a perception check, please.
Yup. Nope. That's a nat one. So 4.
Okay. So you heard the motion. You can't figure out what it is at this point in time. And I'm just trying to make a good-looking campsite map. Bear with me, because on the fly I did not expect to have to do this today. Yeah. So, stepping forward into the light of the campfire, you can see what appears to be a human man with a saurian companion, and I will swap you back over to this map.
With a what companion?
Saurian. Reptile, basically.
Aw.
Saurial.
Okay.
I need to get the character sheets out of my way. So this is annoying me. I need to get the character sheets onto the second screen so the stream can now enjoy the character sheets, which I'm putting away from the spoilers. Best I can, anyway. And
Yeah, I'm moving closer to get a better look.
yeah, you can just see him at the edge of the fog. Edge of
I
the
love
fog.
that the setup means that Meryl is once again sharing his tent with a girl.
No, that's Morel.
No.
Meryl.
Meryl,
But
Meryl
where
sharing
would
with
I?
Jota.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay, fair enough.
Meryl isn't the one that has that issue. That's Shuri.
That
Okay.
PM Umbra, I see you.
Oh right. Right.
Just doesn't like me.
Right. He just doesn't like you.
While they do appear to be armed, the Sauriel appears to have a long sword, a very, very nice long sword, and the other figure appears to be carrying a bow and a dagger at his waist. They don't have the weapons drawn. They are not in a threatening posture.
Who goes there?
I am Artus Simba. I hope you don't mind sharing your camp and the warmth of the fire with.
Can
a
I
couple
roll
other
a
travelers in
history
this
check
round.
on that?
Yes, you can.
Sorry, that's a bit of player knowledge coming out. My history is only +1, so chances that Lagoda has heard of him are very thin. Oh, 18!
What?
You don't recognize the name.
I do?
You do not.
I do not. Okay, I do not. Damn. I wish I had. Okay, I'll put that back in the back of my mind.
Apologies for coming on you at night, but we've been traveling during the day.
Just you and your companion?
Aye, we've been struggling to survive the jungle. Do you mind if we come sit by the fire?
Can I insight check?
Sure.
If he looks like threatening or seems to have other motives? 14. He seems to be telling the truth.
Yeah.
Oh. Longer than usual.
It's just more a long-winded way of saying
Pretty much this time. I'm starting to vary exactly what I say, just so you guys can't predict.
From what you can tell, he does indeed seem very truthful with what he has to say.
He seems to want to share the fire and talk. Please come sit down.
We
It
thank
is-
you.
To be in alone.
Yep, I'll bring Dragonbait in as well.
I seen people of that race?
You saw one or two of them wandering around in Port Nyanzaru. Reptilian humanoids are pretty rare.
All right. I'll still be a little bit on my guard, but sit back down.
And the human artist brings out, looks like some food, and just seems to be lightly warming it over the fire. His companion doesn't at the moment.
What brings you out in
Oops, okay.
after you?
Well, you were... might as well be funnier. I was just about to ask you the same question, since we seem to ask each other the same thing at the same time. I've been trying to get away from people and investigate this curse in my own way.
It seems we're on the same path. Lucky meeting.
Fortunate. Oops, that's the wrong scene. As well, what you know about is probably the best question to ask. Also, your companion can come out of hiding. I see you.
I come through the glass. My apologies, I just didn't want to disturb you, was all. I
Might have nat 20'd.
I heard talking and didn't want to intrude. I look over at the soaring companion and then back to the human. Do I know you, good sir?
I have a feeling that we might. Name's Arta Simba. I'm sure that will ring a bell with you.
Yes, quite so, actually.
Come sit, we have much to discuss.
Gladly. I'll take
Friend
my
of
seat next to
yours?
the Gota. Ah,
That depends. Who told you?
we've stumbled across our paths a few times in the past, haven't we?
Who told you I was out here?
There's no beating around the bush, unfortunately, is there? My handler, if I must be so blunt.
Name?
Names but nothing in our society.
That
We
may
really
be
need
true, but I still have contact with the Harpers. Which one's
Very
your
well.
handler? I need to know whether your handler is friend or foe.
I did not realize that there were friends and foes in the Harpers. I thought we were all under one banner united.
Yes, you would like to think that. We would all like to think that, wouldn't we? Unfortunately. Well, you know who I am, you know why I'm out here. Which one's your handler?
What's your opinion on Zandala?
Her. She turned tail and split from the Harpers when she heard what I'd done. She no longer answers to Harper Command, as much as she says otherwise. She's interested in one thing and one thing only. You know exactly what that is.
I'm gonna insight check this.
Sure. Wow, I rolled shit.
Thank God! Because this is a detrimental moment for me. The moment he said that like, these two were arriving at camp, I was like, ah!
Everyone else, can you make me a perception check to see whether you guys wake up to this?
Near perception. Let's see. Perception.
Oh, it's Legata, not Mia. But
Perception, not insight.
Sorry, misclick.
Gotta wake
That's
the old
better.
damn camp up.
You can go by 7 if you want. Anyway, I have the same proficiency in both.
15 or above wakes you. Lower than that, you're still asleep. So, Agron and Mercy, you wake up. Moral, you do not. And River Mist kind of pokes his head out.
So, what's your side of the story then, if you find my handler so despicable?
Do you want to tell them what I have, or do you want me to do it? Since it seems like our goals are aligned, let's trade information. What do you know about the curse? What I know and why I'm here. I'm sure we'll find something to agree with.
Well, I unfortunately can't disagree with that logic.
Agron, you did wake up to this conversation.
Okay.
What do you want to know that we know about?
The death curse. I've been able to find very little while I'm out here. I'm hoping you at least may know where to head, even if you don't know what's causing it.
I turn to Lagoto in a may I say.
she looks a bit surprised that you're deferring to her, but you seem
Sorry.
to
Show
trust
the other
him.
one outside.
You seem to know of him, which is more than I do. So, it's your judgment call, I suppose.
From rumor and hearsay, we've tracked it down to the source being around the lost city of Omen. That's about all we've got so far.
So much frantic typing.
I'm wondering who Hobbit's typing to. Omu. Dragonbait, you live here. Yes. Yeah, I've got to come up with a good voice for Dragonbait. Yes. Pretty much exactly. I do know of this almost said to be far to the south and it was said to be destroyed, but if the source is there, then maybe not. You might want to copy that message over to Mercy, Hobbit.
Far south, that's a pain in the ass, considering we're far north.
Language from half-bred elf. Sorry.
You're sleeping.
I'm talking in my sleep, okay?
Well, what about yourself? Anything to add to the pile?
I know what's causing it, but not where.
We're all ears. In fact, quite a lot of us are all ears. Sorry, not really the time.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So what is causing this curse?
Dragonbait here put me on to who is behind it all. I don't suppose any of you have heard the name Sarak, have you?
Have we?
Have we?
make a history check. Especially you, Lagota, and you, Agron. You have advantage.
Oh, cool, because I only have a +1 on that.
On what, sorry? History.
Sorry.
Yes, please.
6?
Okay.
20.
Okay. You two heard that Acerak was behind a recent disturbance out by Waterdeep and the obliteration of a very celebrated party who'd been involved in clearing the hidden shrine of Tomoakan, clearing out Kundrakar, exploring through White Plume Mountain.
So you're saying he killed us?
I'm saying that they went into the Tomb of Horrors and never came out. Whether he killed you or was using you for a more nefarious purpose, well, I guess you'll have to see.
Great.
But yeah, and you also know that apparently he's a lich from another world.
This is what, us or Angren? It was that last part.
Agron and Mercy, not Mercy, Lagota both know this.
Wait,
With my 6?
Wait, you said, didn't you had a 20 with advantage?
No, that
Angren.
was Agron.
Then only Agron knows this, my apologies.
I'll shout out from the tent exactly what you just said in those exact words.
Lich from another world.
I just kind of looks over his shoulder, surprised at the voice behind him, and then just kind of turns back. Well, as your companion said, he's from another world, or Earth. But that doesn't matter. What matters is, apparently in Omu, he set up an artifact that's capturing the souls of anyone that dies and slowly killing anyone that's been resurrected. It's called the Soulmonger. I don't know its construction, I don't know what it looks like, but I know that's what it's called.
You said there's a lich from another world. Can I just point out how happy I am that Muriel's asleep?
Yeah. This is, as the term goes, far above our pay grade. If this Surreg took on adventurers on the basis of near legend, putting it emphasized, how are we meant to be able to stop this?
Everything we've been able to determine, particularly through Dragonbait here, suggests that while he set it up, he's allowing it to run its course and is not personally involved at any given moment.
So we just have to just go to Omu, destroy this thing, and then bail before this lich gets back?
As far as we can tell through conversations with those who know, yes.
Puts me slightly at ease.
Now, you must know why I'm out here. Feel free to share to your wonderful companions here exactly what has brought me to Chult rather than the Sword Coast.
Well, I presume first, from what I overheard, that you're trying, as your words exactly, trying to find an end to this curse yourself. In your own way. Whatever that way might be, which I am more than happy to learn about if you are so willing to share.
Well, if you wouldn't mind another couple of companions, we have our intents and forms to travel on the water, don't worry about us. But if you'll have another couple of companions, we can stick with you towards Omu as long as we can. Although we are being hunted if we feel that we're putting you in danger will leave. Your mission is more
Hunted.
important.
Hunted by whom? Or
Uh,
what?
That would be the second matter, would it not?
Red Wizards of Thay?
For one. Actually, they're after the Soulmonger. Thinking about it. The Zents. Frost Giants. Zendala.
Zindala?
And more. The same name that Merrill said was his handler in the Harpers.
Oh, alright.
I mean, you can be grateful enough that Zandala has always sent me. And you're probably lucky that it's me that's been sent rather than some of the other field agents. I'm much more of a diplomatic approach.
You can see that Dragonbait seems to be focusing particularly sharply on you. What's your alignment again?
True
Who's-
neutral.
Okay. And
He picks up nothing.
leans over to Artis and says something. Too quiet for you guys to hear.
I'll step out of the tent just to have a look at them. I won't say anything.
Artis turns his head, gives you a small nod of respect, turns back to the people at the fire.
I nod back.
Turns back to the fire.
I would love to hear more of your side of the story about things, since what you do makes sense when I think of it analytically. You know, loyalties are strong, and I can't exactly go against Sandala, but at the same time, I am more than willing to find a compromise between the two.
You know what you want. You know why I'm here. You know she can never be allowed to have it.
You know those type of things aren't very... You know we together don't take kindly to those type of objects being in one person's possession. At the
None
very
of you
least,
will
if-
be able to control it. It will break you, it will take control of you, and you will commit even greater evil. Somehow, I'm resistant. No one else I've seen will it is.
I was more implying that we lock it away so no one can use it.
Anywhere you lock it away, people will come looking for it. Objects of that power don't remain hidden for that long.
Alright, what are we talking about?
We're best showing them.
Artus brings up his left hand, makes almost a clenched fist for a second, and you can see the outline of a ring is visible under his glove, and then pulls the glove off, and beneath you can see a almost frosted white gold ring with what looks like actual frost covering its entire surface on his middle finger on his left hand. This is called the Ring of Winter. It's why I'm here. So that those in civilization don't try and take it from me.
And is the reason why I'm here.
I thought you were here for that death curse.
That first, and then this secondarily. It's why of all the agents I'm sent here rather than, I don't know, one of the other many. Death curse is always a priority. People are dying after all.
Naturally, all other priorities will have been rescinded.
Correct.
What can this ring do that makes everyone so either afraid or eager to get it?
From what I've been able to discover, it has almost complete control over ice and cold. You could hit me right now with the coldest spell that any of you had. Wouldn't even feel it. Pretty sure Dragonbait would try and kill you immediately, but it wouldn't affect me. And it also can create ice, whatever the climate. I've already had to use it a few times here in Chult. The
That
problem
does
is,
sound handful in this heat.
the problem is, are the properties it's rumoured to possess. I haven't been able to discover them, but if there's any chance they're real, no one may ever. And he pulls his glove back on and puts his hand away. Frost giants, for example, believe the ring can be used to freeze entire worlds. While a djinn in the service of some civilization somewhere, I forget, once claimed could be used to summon and control white dragons, as well as a primordial ice titan.
Basically.
If it doesn't have more properties.
Alright then.
I turn to the Gota. Legend has it, from what I've been informed very loosely, it's pretty powerful. And the reason why I'm trying to find him is because apparently he went AWOL.
What
How
Zandala didn't...
how long have you had that thing?
That's what I was about to get to. What
Just-
Zandala didn't tell you is that I've had this ring for over a century.
And no ice titans, no air of frost.
It's sentient.
Has he really been alive for 100 years?
Oh yeah. I'm not even going to bother with the deception. Yes. Yes, he has. It's sentient and has prevented me aging. It craves destruction and enjoys indiscriminate harm.
Less cool.
And that explains why I was told never to put it on, if I was to acquire it.
Good luck with that.
I said if.
Also,
but
yeah,
I'm
if he-
first.
if for like 100 years he's not done anything horrible with it, I think it's okay if he keeps it.
It's true.
Like, probably better than if someone else gets it. Yeah.
Just things.
But I want it.
You
I'm
would.
trying to think of this back to my training to be as impartial as possible, to not take sides. And things do add up and make sense, and I can't see my handlers being ill of our people, but I don't want to say anything that might end up tarnishing her name, so I'm going to keep
Oh.
quiet for now.
What did
you
she
can't
tell you?
see humans playing games with you for their own gain.
What did she tell you? Did you want it back for the Harpers? Do you think if the Harpers really wanted it, you wouldn't have been told when you were first inducted, rather than by that witch?
Again, I say what you say makes sense, and I believe you. But loyalties run loyalties run thick in the Harpers, and whilst I'm not going to turn on you, you have to also understand I'm not going to turn on her either. We will find a compromise, but like we all said, first things first is this death curse.
What are you loyal to? The Harpers and their ideals? Or to her? Where does your loyalty lie above all others?
I'll address this personal matter when it comes to it, but for now.
Can you make me a deception check, please?
Why? I've not actually deceived anything, have I?
Can you make me one anyway, please? I'm trying to figure out just how much he can get a read out of you. Okay.
Okay.
If
It's the fact that Meryl's just very uncomfortable with the situation.
if I believed for a moment that your loyalty to her was more important to you than your loyalty to the Harpers, we would not still be having this conversation.
I'm gonna step up, dust myself down. I'm going to need a clear head for tomorrow's journey. I'm more than happy for you to stay the night here and travel with us, as your help would be much appreciated in our mutual gain. But for now, I'm going to retire for the rest of the night. Good night. As I head into the
Doesn't Meryl have a watch?
I don't think so.
No, Meryl is the only one that doesn't have a watch. Because he didn't sleep much.
Oh, fair.
Oh, as in a... Okay, sorry, I thought you meant watch as in a literal... No, I don't have a time-telling watch.
Really hard to get a read on.
Yeah, I figured.
Isn't speaking much, pretty impassive, plus the saurian face as opposed to a human face is really hard to read.
Figured. Just mostly general attitude, the way he's looking at archers, things like that.
That sword seems really, really, really nice. You think you can see? You think you can see runes carved into that sword?
It is made of ruby.
Yeah.
No. Can you make me an Arcana or a Religion check, please? Your preference.
Do. I think yeah, it's the same for each, which is +1. 15.
You've heard of Holy Avengers?
Holy crap!
But the idea of seeing one with your own eyes, you're doubting that that sword could be what you think it is, despite all the evidence screaming at you, Holy Avenger.
As Meryl goes back to his tent, I'll address Dragonbait. Excuse me, Dragonbait, was it?
Looks at you.
I am a smith by trade, and your sword has caught my eye. It looks exquisite. Would you mind if I had pure professional curiosity, a closer look at it?
He looks at you for a moment. You can feel him really concentrating on you. What's your alignment?
Pretty sure it's neutral good. I'll check. Yeah, neutral good.
Okay. It's an almost imperceptible nod. Draws the sword and holds it over the firelight for you to get a good look at. Keeping a grip with both hands on the hilt.
I inspect it and admire it, and
Investigation, please.
He's distracted him. I knock him on the back of the head.
I think that's another 15, but just checking that I'm not proficient in that. Yeah, no, 15.
Yeah, that's a Holy Avenger.
I want one.
Kind of hold my breath. It is a thing of beauty. I feel humbled in its presence. Thank you.
You think that that's a grin, and another almost imperceptible nod. Rotates his hands and brings it back into the sheath. Yes, Dragonbait was, well, I'd say acquired, but that gives the wrong impression. obtained his blade in service of... It doesn't matter. It was a long time ago, on a distant world. You don't want to pick this fight.
You don't want a fucking fight
I'm
with
not
Artis Simba.
stupid.
He actually has a stat block in TOA.
Jeez.
Moral, at some point during this conversation, you've probably woken up.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
What, for his watch?
Pretty much, yeah.
So
Do you want me to roll for that?
Nah, so today we learned that Moral is a heavy sleeper apart from when he's on his watch. Good to know.
I think it's just a tiefling thing, because I'm pretty much sure Arminos is the exact same thing. He slept through 3 gunshots, if I remember straight.
Ooh, Moral? Yeah.
One of my other tieflings called Arminos.
Okay, so perhaps we should add that as a racial trait. Heavy sleeper.
Anyway.
You learn it at level 1.
Disadvantage on perception checks while you're asleep.
Yes.
Anyway, so yeah, Moral, you've woken up probably around this time.
Alright, cool. So, I'm like fumbling inside of my towel, and I go like, is it my shift yet? Ugh. And
I
so
believe it
we-
might be, yes. Moral, this is Artis, Simber, and Dragonbait. And they will be accompanying us?
I look at you, and then I look at them, and then I look back at you with a confused face. Who the fuck are those people?
We are travellers who happen to stumble across a group with the same goals.
Oh. Well, Hi
You
then.
guys, for
Yes.
clarity.
Name's Moral.
I'm Artus. This is Dragonbait. We all want the same thing. Fuck this death curse.
I like your way of talking, man. I like your way of talking. I think we're gonna get along just fine.
I will be taking my leave now.
Lagosa, you notice that while this conversation has been happening, the temperature around the fire seems to have dropped about 20 degrees.
Oh, thank goodness.
Fahrenheit?
More,
Celsius?
No, proper degrees.
Celsius, that is then. 20!
yeah.
Sheesh! That's a whole ton of a
And
drop.
you can... Oh.
Guess
Oh,
who's
it's-
gonna be walking near Artis Simber most of the time?
Oh, it
The
might be a
people in heavy
100.
armor.
It might be a 120-foot radius sphere centered basically on top of the fire.
Is that fire still lit?
Yeah.
Christ.
It's remember.
I
the
know,
temperature in
it's-
Chult during
I'm gonna be able to sleep tonight. That's gonna be wonderful.
Chult,
That's a good point.
Chult's average temperature sits in the low 30s during the day and the high 20s during the night. So it's about 10 degrees at the moment, as opposed to the 30 you've been used to.
Bloody hell, what's with this goddamn chill?
We'll
Turn around.
we'll explain in the morning, or they will. I'm going to get out of this thing and sleep, if you don't
Yep.
mind.
By the way, I turn around towards my tent, to the sleeping priest, and I go like, sorry.
Okay.
I think I'll help Agron remove his armor again.
Oh, you were helping him putting it on?
You never
Yeah.
know.
So, whilst stoking the fire with a random stick that I found, probably on the ground or nearby, I look at these two people, well, these two, whatever, these intelligible beings. And I try to raise the temperature by, passively using a little bit of prestidigitation on it, because I'm fucking freezing. It's 10 degrees. I'm cold. So I look at him, and not really understanding that it's probably coming from this guy over here. And I'm like, so, what's your stories?
We're... Sorry, I was being appropriate. We're travelers who have come to Chult to get away from most of society for our own reasons, and we got caught up hunting for this death curse.
Fair enough.
Welcome
to the gang, I guess.
We know the artifact that's causing it, you know where it is. Mutual benefits, although if we feel we're putting you in danger, we'll leave and link up with you at some later time.
Well, it depends on how bad the danger is, isn't it? I guess we
How
could
do you
work
feel
together
about
if
frost
it's-
giants?
I can try and melt them. Probably not gonna do very good.
Yeah, we'll be leaving you if they turn up, so they chase us instead.
I'd appreciate that. No hard feelings, But why are frost giants following you?
I have something they want. I'm not going to give it to them. They're trying to take it anyway. You know how giants are. Or maybe you don't. I don't know whether you've ever met them or not. They're dicks.
Have I met giants, though?
You've at least heard of giants? Because there was a fairly recent spate of attacks on the Sword Coast by a load of giants that eventually got dealt with somehow.
Was that potentially ice giants?
No, that was actually storm giants.
Alright. Well, I've heard of them, but yeah, they're dicks.
Yes, SKT happened in this world through none of you guys.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's that takes place after SKD. It's gonna be fun. I am glad I'm not taking you to Brain Chander.
Oh god.
I got my notes on SKT out. Actually,
Yeah, I
during that talk.
switched it from a ring to an amulet, I think, when I got you guys, because I knew you would not shut up if it was a ring.
Pagoda, go to sleep already. Sorry, I just had to do that.
Which, by the way, we didn't hear.
Thank you. Thank you so very much, Mary. What?
It's just outside there now.
Ha!
Anyways.
Oh well. Right. I don't think there's much else that Morrill would say in this kind of conversation. He would just, casual chit chat maybe, but not trying to figure out anything.
We'll be heading to our own bed soon enough. The meeting will see you in the morning. And with you guys heading off to sleep, everyone in their own tents, and with Artis and Dragonbright joining you. Oh boy, I get to scale up the random encounters now, I'm kidding. That's what I'm going to call it for tonight's session, as I'm aware that it is 10 to midnight for the mainland Europeans. So, Thank you for coming to the session today. You guys have gotten through 2 days, which means I need to go and update some HP. And you guys have met Artis Simba. God bless the random encounter table.
Do you want to know how much notes I have been making to track this motherfucker down, and he walks into our fucking camp?
So Umbra, I did my rolls for whether random encounters would happen or not. I rolled 2 nat 20s, And the second encounter I rolled for was Artis Simba.
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
Since I made this character, I have had the mission to find this asshole that just so happened to be in Chult, that I'm going to Chult for this reason, and I have been finding clues and finding information and listening for hints around and about. I've got like a page full of notes on this guy, and lo and behold, I hear his voice outside my fucking tent.
I am so sad because since I'm not bringing you to Brainchanter, you guys are not gonna meet his son.
Aww.
Oh
Wait, is the son like 82 years old too?
no, he's a kid. He's like 18 or 20 or something like that.
The way that the ring prevents aging, think suspended animation, where age doesn't even catch up to you if the ring is removed.
Does it suspend his sperm too? Is he
Yeah.
infertile whilst he's
Well,
in
It
clearly
magically
not
stops him
because he
aging.
has a son.
It magically prevents it from aging, but no.
So who wants to steal me that ring and sword?
Aren't you meant to be like lawful good or something?
That's why somebody's doing it for me.
By the way,
Oh,
Bala,
good. I am
fault
not
if it's a
stealing
gift.
that.
But give me a sec. So, yep. Thanks for coming to the session, guys. I am going to end off the stream, and I'm assuming you're going to end the recording. As I say, if
Yep.
you do have any feedback about the session, feel free to PM me if you don't have time now. And hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next Thursday
thank you.
for more Tomb of Annihilation. And I'm